Let's get this puppy fired up. Pull up my chat here so I can see what everybody's talking about out here in M1ck land. Should be an interesting show. Should be an interesting show. Got some cool mail to show. I know that much. And that is the main idea. Now let's see if I can get the old restreamer here for everybody, just in case somebody decides they want to pop in, hang out. Maybe we will let them. Copy the link. Go to the chat. Hey, Wild Billiam, what's up, sir? Just getting things all set here, brother. There we go. Let's pin that to the top for everybody. Oops. Well, that didn't work. Let's not do that. Almost got it. Let's get back into my own chat. Hey, GK man, what's up? Damn it, man. Trying to pin this stupid thing. It doesn't like doing it from the computer. GK man, if there's a way you can pin this thing for me up there at the top, that would be fantastic, sir. I would really appreciate it. Oh, maybe it's my fault. There we go. Oops, no, that's the wrong one. No wonder. Alrighty. Well, I guess it doesn't work that way. Well, we'll figure out how to do it. Oops, maybe that's why. I don't even have it on live. That would help, M1ck. Sorry, guys. We're still getting used to using the laptop here, but it is way, way better. So we'll have a nice, smooth show just in a second. Just trying to pin my own thing here and having a little trouble getting it to do so. Oh, come on, dude. Fine. I'll do it that way. If that's the way it's got to be. Must I do everything? Alright, let me do this on here. Sorry about the reverb. I'll have this whole thing off in a second. The brief inconvenience of having to walk up a non-working escalator on camera was enough to... Is it pinned yet or not, man? Jesus. I'm about to just kill it anyway. It's getting on my nerves. This is usually easier to do. Just trying to pin the damn thing to the top of the chat. Again, GQ man, if one of you guys can pin this stupid link to the top for me, that would save me an immense amount of BSing around here. If not, I don't care. People can scroll back to it. It's whatever. I don't care that much. I don't have anybody I'm expecting to be on here any damn way. Not that it really matters, so let's just get it on, man. Let's just get it on. Let me get this thing where I can see what you guys are saying. We'll get the video up so I can see how everybody's doing. Chit-chatting and whatnot. All right. What's up, Stang? Not much here, dude. Just getting all my multiple phones and all that jazz straightened out here. We're going to try to do this thing classic with the new setup. I think it'll work out just fine. Should be just fine. Anyway, there's enough of you guys here. Now let me stop BSing around. Turn the camera on, and we will start the show. There it is. Okay. Let's rock and roll, baby. Hey, everybody. M1ck here, chilling at the lab. Got my laptop up, full widescreen for everybody this time again. Thank you very much. I like the way this looks a lot better. It works a lot better for me. A little bit of pain in the butt sometimes with a couple of changes having to do them with the laptop instead of a phone because I've gotten a little used to doing it by phone. But overall, I think it's a better experience for everyone. I think I get a little bit better show quality out of the camera. I know I get better zoom ins on stuff. And let me get on full screen. There you go, guys. There's no need for a border when it's just me, so let's kill that. I'm not even sure how that was still up there, but it's nice to have nice full screen. How's everybody doing today? Who we got in the chat? Let's see here. We got Wild Billiam, who I'm glad is here because my Lockmail that we'll be checking out, which is the reason we're here, by the way. I didn't announce this one to anybody. I have my own reasons for doing it that way. I'd rather not make a big deal of it. I'll announce more of them in the future. But this one, I just wanted to kind of go off cuff. Just start the show. If any of you are wondering why M1ck likes to drink a straw from a bottle, it's because my teeth are jacked up, remember? So that's why, in case you're curious. I actually have been doing this for a few years now because my teeth are bad. I'll get some decent insurance from one of these garages and get them straightened out, but we haven't got there yet. Anyway, I'm glad to see everybody is here. Yes, I did. From 10, I'm glad to see you here. I saw that you subscribed right before I went live, so I'm glad to see that you made it. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate each and every one of my subscribers, and I try to know them personally as well as possible. So, if you ever need to DM me about something, or if you want to drop a comment on one of my videos to get in touch with me, or find me on Discord, Reddit, Facebook, or right here on YouTube, feel free. M1ck is a very sociable guy. I don't mind chit-chatting with everybody because that's how I am. If I couldn't do this in a way where I could still talk to everybody, I wouldn't like it as much. That's the truth. I enjoy getting to know each and every one of you. Everybody's got different backgrounds and different stories, and that is what I enjoy about this. It's not just the lockpicking, it is the community aspect. And to that end, I try to know everyone as best as I can because I never know, A, where they are from until I ask, B, how they got into lock sport until I ask, or C, what they have going on in their life. Maybe lock sport and hanging out with M1ck is the coolest thing going on. I hope that's not the case, but for some people it may be, and M1ck understands that too. M1ck is not always had the happiest life or the most sociable life. So for those of you who that applies to, M1ck does care about you. He does care about your feelings. He's glad that you're here. And I do consider all of you to be my friends. So if you have not spoke to me and you feel that way, please reach out to me, talk to me. I'm a very sociable guy. You don't have to just watch me from the back or whatever. We can hang out and be friends. It's a normal thing to do. That's actually why I got into this. So feel free. Don't be scared to approach M1ck and get to know him a little bit better. I'm a pretty friendly guy for most people, especially strangers who are just approaching me to talk about lock sport. Let's see what we got going in the chat here. We got Primton here. Thank you for dropping in. Like I said, I saw that you just subscribed right before the show. Thank you for that. Yeah, no, that's the thing. The drawback of being lack of exposure. Here's the thing about that. My shorts actually do way better for exposure anyway. And that's where most of the new eyes come in. Also, word of mouth from me traveling around Reddit, Discord, and such, and people just running into me randomly or getting a comment from me as I enjoy lock sport is how I meet a lot of these people. And when it comes to the vertical live stream, I don't feel like most of those people stick around anyway. Most of them are flipping through, doing the old swipe left, swipe right game, and that's fine too. But I'm not really concerned about whether or not I get the exposure there. To be completely honest, exposure is never really what I started for in the beginning, as it were. Exposure is good in that I want as much as possible to spread the joy of lock sport among friends, but exposure also can be toxic in a lot of ways, especially when you expose yourself to the wrong people. And if they have super short attention spans and they're flipping through their live feed and only catching 10 seconds of M1ck, they're probably not going to be into watching what I do anyway. So I don't really feel I'm losing a lot there, if I'm honest. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm no YouTube expert. I'm just a guy. I don't sit around and watch videos about how to get more likes or how to get more subscribers or anything like that. I sure don't. You know why I don't? Because I'm just a genuine guy. How did I get where I am right now? Nice people. It has nothing to do with me being out here, you know, preaching to subscribe, share every 5 seconds and that type of thing. I'm not using catchy phrases to try and draw you in. I'm not spending 5-10 minutes making a thumbnail to try and get you some gotcha clicks. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing that. It works well for many people and their style of channel. I don't have a problem with how anybody does their thing, guys. That's the thing about me. I do things my way, and I respect letting other people do things their way. And as long as we continue that same mutual respect, we'll never have a problem. I like to do things my way, and I don't care how you do yours. We have a saying where I'm from is I'm going to paraphrase, but it's basically don't tell me how to F my chicken. And while it's a little weird and obscure reference, it basically just means that, I'll let you do your thing. Let me do mine. That's how everybody where I'm from is, guys. It's a big cardinal sin to tell people what they should do at work, how they should do in their relationship, and how they should raise their kids. Those are three subjects you never want to touch. And as an Irish person, the way things work is there's family and there's everybody else. Now, family doesn't mean blood. Family means your household, your trusted inner circle of people that you rely on every day. Okay. So for those people, there is a certain amount of understanding that there's family business and there's outside world business. And to discuss family business, we need to be alone. It is a closed door session type thing. So if you're not married into the family, somebody's baby's mama or somebody's son or daughter or mom or dad, that type of thing, if you're not blood or you've been there since third grade, or if mama hasn't fed you multiple times and you haven't slept on the guest bed or the couch or been overnight a bunch of times, this does not apply to you. We might be friends, co-workers, and lots of things, but I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about my family. And the way that works is, for me, there's me and my lady. And then outside of that, there is me, my mom, my sisters, and my father. And that's my family. And for a long time in the early days, when it came to my girl, she was out of that circle. She had to earn her way into that, okay? That's how Irish family works. She's Irish Italian, so it works the same way with her family. She understood this. So when we're arguing about certain things, if it's an in-family argument and you happen to be there when it happens, the best thing to do is say nothing, because it does not apply to you. And what will happen is you'll get caught up in a shite storm you want no part of, because the entire family will look at you, turn on you, and be like, what is this person doing here? So it's best to keep your family business indoors and with each other, and with your friends, cut up, BS around, and do whatever. But, if they respect you, they will understand that there's times that they aren't part of the show. And it's the same way for you with them. Whenever they walk in the house and you're bringing them to the house and you hear their mom start yelling at them about something and raising all kinds of Cain on them, you don't walk in there and start getting in the middle of it and ask your friend why he talks to his mom this or that way, or his mom what she's tripping about. Oh, no. You sit your ass outside and wait till that part's over with, and hope that when she's done beating him in the head with a broomstick, she invites you in for something to eat. Because she probably will, but that's how things are done here. Moving on, I just wanted to give you a little bit of window into how things work in the life of M1ck. So yeah, family is always first. FAF, family always first. And I mean that. And like I said, that doesn't mean blood. That means the people who are there for you when it counts. That is family, guys. So if your blood people are shitting on you and they're not there for you, that's not what I'm talking about. You have to give them a certain level of respect, a biblical level of respect, only because they birthed you into this world and gave you life. But beyond that, you don't owe them anything. And likewise, they don't owe you anything. If they tell you to get out of the house at a certain age, blah, blah, etc., that's their business. And where I'm from, that happens a lot too. Obviously, that's not how it works for me, but I'm very familiar with it. But it works both ways too, because your parents might need to move into your house one day too. So just try to keep things on the up and up. Everybody love everybody, ELE. That's another one we have around here. ELE means everybody love everybody. And when there's a big bickering fight going on, if you hear somebody yell out ELE, that's what it's about. They're trying to chill everybody out and say, look, you guys love each other. You're just tripping right now. You need to settle down. Anyway, that's just a little life lesson for M1ck for the day. It has nothing to do with lock sport, but you came here for Mountain M1ck, so here we are, baby. Anyway, I'm going to take down the sign. I'm going to check the chat, and we'll get down to some Lockmail here. Marissa Johnson, sorry for the wait. M1ck likes to run his mouth at the beginning of the show. It's one of my token concepts. Rarely have a quiet moment. So I'm happy to see you are here, Marissa, and hopefully the whole gang is here. Nola won't be around tomorrow evening because of a Napa class. Cool. Nola, I'm a big fan of that type of thing. You do your thing, brother. Who's watching who from the back? You know how that goes, Nola. Look back at it. Make it walk. Exactly. We didn't start these channels for exposure. If I started my channel for exposure, I would be strutting my stuff with my shirt off, all oiled up, Nola. I wouldn't be in a niche hobby like lock picking. I'd have been I'd have been M1ck. If I was trying to get exposure, I'd have been M1ck. That brings the word exposure to a whole nother level, which I'm sure we're all aware of. Exactly. Wild Billiam already said it. It depends on what you mean by exposure. Exactly. That's why I love you, Wild Billiam. You know what I'm talking about. And we got Sushi in the house. Sushi. Nice to see you, my friend. I'm glad to see you made it for the show. Hopefully you're not having to work during this one, but I'm glad you come support me either way, brother. So if you are, you are. If you're not, enjoy, brother. We're going to have a little bit of fun. I'm going to try to pick some locks. And who knows what will happen other than that. The last time I had a live, I was trying to celebrate the biggest accomplishment I've ever made in lock sport. And what happened? I'm not even going to go into what happened. I think everybody knows it was a shite storm I still want no part of. So we're going to just slide on over that one. Swamp Picker. No Speedos. I'm with you there, Swamp. I intend to return to Florida very soon, and I have seen enough alligator-skinned bronze old men in banana hammocks in Miami for the rest of my life, sir. I've seen the Italian white-haired, big old chest mute with the gold chains hanging out. Miami. That should be illegal. I'm sorry. I don't go to nude beaches and check out stuff like that either, because you're never going to see what you want to see in a place like that. I can tell you that right now. That's one of the funny things about nudity in Florida. You're rarely going to see what you want to see. It's either going to be somebody who's drugged out running down the street butt ass naked, or it's going to be some creepy weirdo on the beach running around naked. Or you'll go to a strip club. You might see something you like, but you won't get to touch it, so it's really a waste of your time and money. If you do get to touch it, it's really going to be a waste of your time and a lot of your money. And you might get some freebies too, not the kind you want. Because believe me, you ain't special. If she wants to hang out in the parking lot or after work, you can bet your bottom dollar, sir, you ain't the first one she's ever done that with. Not even this week. If you're cool with that, more power to you, brother. Anyway, I got some cool Lockmail here from my man Wild Billiam. I'm going to get into the actual part of the show now and show you guys the goods. I just wanted to BS around with you all and have a good time for a minute. I've been a little stressed about a few different things lately, and I don't want to talk about any of them. Not one of them. That's feeding negative energy, and M1ck will have no part of that. No, sir. We've done enough of that. We're not going to feed the demons. We're going to feed ourselves and have a good time. That's right. We're going to protect the flame. We're going to grow the flame. And anybody who doesn't like the flame can feel its burn. Let's get into some Lockmail, guys. I'm going to be a little more careful with my Lockmail this time, guys, because I have better cameras now, and because I've been a little careless with show and tell lately. I'm going to try not to show the entire world where my man Wild Billiam is at, because I don't want to dox him out on the internet like that. He is a good friend, and there's no respect in doing that, even to people that you don't like. So we're going to keep him top secret over here at M1ck this time, and I'm just going to show you the things that he sent me more carefully than before, so that way we don't have that issue again. Now let's see here. I'm trying not to make a big old mess with some stuff. All right. Oh, good deal. These don't have his names on them, so that's going to help immensely. This one kind of does. So let me go through that and get the stuff out of it first. All right. And I don't really need to open these up for you guys because there's no big reason to do that. I'm just going to show you what they are and tell you what they are and leave it at that. And Wild Billiam, don't worry, your address will be safe and it will be added to the M1ck Lock Sport address book. So that way, one of these fine days when M1ck's sending out goodie gift bags, you'll be sure to get one yourself. Not that I'd forget you anyway. I just want to make sure I remember where you live when the time comes. Mr. Happy. I think it's more glad, Mr. Happy, but you can be gladder that you're here as I am, sir. Can you use the flame to poke some smut? I am not even sure what that means, Sushi, but you can. You can use the flame for whatever you want, my brother. You can make s'mores if you want. I'm a big fan of a s'more. All right, so what do we got from Wild Billiam? Let's see. Let's bring it on down here a little. And it's going to be so white and bright, you guys aren't going to see anyway, but these are pins, all of them, guys. Wild Billiam knows that M1ck is trying to build some challenge locks because M1ck is a blue belt now. That's right. Let me just remind everybody really quick who missed it last time while there was mad drama going on. M1ck's 200K and Blue Belt happened on a live. Not the last one, the one before. Some of you were here for that. Thank you very much. Wild Billiam himself was here that day. He was on the show. He popped a 90A Pro himself before I did. Thank you, Wild Billiam, for saving the show that day, my man. That's going the extra mile for M1ck, and we're going to have to make sure to give you some goodies at some point. I will not forget that when it comes time, sir. You've always been there for me, and that day you really had my back because we started on a crappy phone halfway down the road to another state, and you were able to bridge the gap for me and keep things together and do some cool stuff while I got settled in here at the lab, which then in turn led to me having the time and space to actually get my open done. So I thank you for that, because had I had to scrap the show that day, I would not have got around to picking my 90A Pro, hitting my 200K or my Blue Belt. So you are partially responsible for that, Wild Billiam, and I thank you. Yeah, Mr. Happy's got all kinds of good stuff now, guys. We'll talk about that in a second. But he's got all kinds of goodies now, and I'm super stoked for him because he deserves all of them. He's a great guy, and I'm glad to see him get to play with his new toys and enjoy himself. That's what we want for our friends, right? For them to do better and have nice things and enjoy themselves. That's what M1ck wants for his friends. If you're my friend, you should know that. I don't try to stand on people's backs and lift myself up, because that is the skill set of a weak person. If that is your skill set, you need a new skill set. Lift yourself up. Don't do it off other people's backs. And if you're really strong and you get up there, drag some people up with you. Don't pull everybody down. If you're coming on the way down, let people go so they can at least stay up there where they belong. But if you're on your way up and you see people struggling and you're strong enough, pull them up with you. That's the right way. That's what good people do. And that's the kind of people I want as friends and the kind of people I have as friends. So thank you guys for being that type of people. Let's see what we got here. We got some quick set. And I believe my man has labeled them top and bottom, which for me means that the tops are for the Bible and the bottoms are for the keys. Now, as we all know, if you were in the other side of the world, you would switch that because they're a Bible down type of place. But me and Wild Billiam are both from America, so we know that the top means the Bible. It's the Bible up toward God. Amen. So, thank you, Wild Billiam, for sending me these. It looks like I've got some quick set top and bottoms and some Schlage top and bottoms. That'll come in handy. Many of you may think, because of something I said previously in my episodes, that Schlage Mortis and Quickset are the same. They're not. They are close enough that some of them will work because of the tolerances in Quickset. That does not mean that they actually match up. You will get a lesser quality security and a lesser quality pick because of the easiest to bypass worse tolerances, guys. So, for that reason, always use the proper diameter when you're putting new stuff into locks. And know that Schlage and Quickset, while being close, are not the same. If you have some spare rose pins, like you know I always talk about, the Schlage, that's the same size. That's what you want to mix your sparrows with, guys. Will it work in a Quickset? Yes. Some of them. But I just want to reiterate, you should put them in a Schlage or a Sparrows. Whether they are Schlages or Sparrows doesn't matter. The diameter is the same. The Quicksets are different. The holes are different. The sizes of the pins are technically a little different because of that. So not all going to match up, guys. Just wanted to make that really quick notation to you in case that I have ever misled you to believe different. Also, while on that subject, I would like to mention American Master Lock, Abus. Those three are all different from those two that I just showed. But they're all the same as each other. So you may use Master and American interchangeably, as, of course, why wouldn't you? It's made by the same company. They save money by using the same pins, I'm sure. But the diameters are the same, and they will work. Abus just happens to be the same size, so they do work interchangeably, I've been told. I'd have to verify, but I've been told by some pretty reliable pickers. When I play with them more, I will be sure, but I'm sure in the chat at least 4 or 5 people more knowledgeable about this than me can verify for you that that is the case. Anyway, let's see here. No brass locks in bed. I don't know. I don't even know what to say to that. Brass locks are always going to be in bed. Those are the satiny sweet ones. What are you talking about? Tell him, Mr. Happy, when a brass man wants his brass, a brass man gets his brass. Make that brass clap, guys. Yes, Wild Billiam says pack lock is oddly their own thing. That doesn't surprise me, Wild Billiam. Pack lock feels different when you pick it. And being that they are good at proprietary technology, making them more secure in a lot of cases than many locks in America, I would say that's probably why they went that route. Maybe there's a different reason. I'm just speculating. But I'm a big fan of pack lock. Don't know if you guys have heard. Do love me some pack lock. I've shown a lot of Master on this channel. Am I a fan of Master and American? Yes, but it's a but kind of situation, guys. But I'm in America, so I'm going to encounter Master and American a lot. It's good for me to practice with that because I'm going to see tons of them. Do I like them? That's a hard push there, guys. Some of the American series are okay. The S1100, I would say I like. I don't care much for lotto locks. I hate plastics. If you want to play with a 410 lotto, I have nothing against that. It's not for me. I have popped one before. One. I only have one. But anyway, I'm not going to sit here and tell you Master Lock's horrible or anything. The first collector lock that I bought myself was the Lionhead 77 that I show off all the time because that's what I gave away in my contest. Now, the reason I'd like to bring that up is for a couple of reasons. Because, for one, I want to tell you that I like old Master locks and antique locks more than I like anything they make these days. Just like everything else in America, guys, they don't make them like they used to, okay? This is still an M1 core. So in that way, yeah, they do make it like they used to. But I find that this lock is way nicer than any of the M503s or 530s or whatever they're called. I don't care for the Magnums. I don't care for the 3s or the 5s. This lock I like way better. Is it more secure? Probably not, but it looks a lot cooler, and it's made really well. It's got steel. It's got rivets in it. It looks like you could take a hammer to it a few times and it'd still be there. I like that. Could you cut it really easy? Of course. It's a steel shackle, guys. Of course you can pop it with something. That's not what we're getting at here. But do I like it? Absolutely. And I know somebody else who's going to like it. The lock guy. Because I sent his out to him finally today. Thank you, Jesus. I know it was a long time coming. I'm sorry, lock guy, for the wait. I'm a little bit ashamed to have just now got you out your 100 sub victory package. I did weigh it down some more that last time because of the weight, and that's one of the reasons that caused me a little delay on it. But I remain confident that not only will you love your Master Lock 77 that we picked out for you and ordered you just because it was the one you liked, I'm also confident that you will like the M1ck's Euro lock that came with it and some of the other sticker packages and goodies that came with it. So enjoy, sir. You are my first champion. You deserve it all. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you've got going with the 250 sub as well, sir. Let me put that up really quick for everybody. 250 sub giveaway is still going on, guys. I'm going to leave the ticker up at the bottom here for a little bit. You may use any of these locks. You may use as many of them or only one as you like. You may use the same one over and over if you like. You can make one video that's long and pop it up 50 times, or you can make 50 videos and pop it one time. I'm going to give you an entry for every one pop of the lock that you make. If it's guttable, you need to gut it. If it's not guttable, it needs to look like it's never been busted open or anything crazy. That's all. It's really simple, guys. So those are the locks. Make as many entries as you want until October 1st at 12 a.m. When it becomes October 1st in the Eastern time zone where I am, the contest will be over. October 5th, we will reconvene here at 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll have the big internet spin wheel of fate, and we will find out who our grand champion is of the 250 sub. That's pretty much all there is to that, guys. The prize, as I've told you before, will be your choice of an A1100, any color you want, and it will be etched, or whatever word we're going for here. Sorry, guys, it escapes me right now. Engraved, there you go. Not just etched. It'll be engraved or etched or whatever you want to call it, with whatever you want on it. I was initially going to put 250 sub or M1ck 250 on it or something like that. It does have a spot on the side and the front, so we can still do that if you want and make it look like a trophy. But the idea that I found the most agreeable was to let you do whatever you want. So if you've got some symbol of your own, like, I don't know how fancy they can get with it, but you can, we can try and get your symbol put on there for you. It makes no difference to me. You'll be the winner and we'll make it happen. You also may choose instead to choose from 44 Delta's locks that he sells. He's got Pack Lock 98 Pro and he's got A1100. They come with some fancy designs painted onto them. They're very popular locks, and you can pick one of those if you want. So any of those three are up for the grand prize. You can pick one if you win, and M1ck will get with you, figure out what you want, and have it mailed directly to you. So that way there is not a lag in between of me having to get it delivered here, or actually by then probably Florida. So we won't have it sent to Florida and then back around. I will send it. I will have them send it directly to you when we order it together. And if there's some additional swag, which there probably will be, I personally will send that to you from wherever I'm at, and they may arrive separately. But I think that will make things go a little smoother. I'm still new at this, guys. So for the first go round, I had the line heads both mailed here because I wanted to get my own. Get one for the lock guy, and make a package for him and Elroy's and send them both out. Well, that caused me more delays and delays because of needing to get it first, package it up, send it out, go back. Anyway, it was a big thing. So I'm trying to learn along the way, streamline it a little better, and get things to you guys a little quicker. Delbert, Nico, how are y'all doing? I see you're here. Thanks for coming. I'm still just showing some of my Lockmail and stuff. Exactly. We do have the lock guy in the house. Master Lock is great for content, lock guy. On that, I can agree with you. So is Brinks. Brinks and Master Lock make me look like a champion superhero lock picker all the time, guys. If that tells you about the security level of said locks, it's not just because I'm a lock picker. It's because I can teach the average person to take, a quint rake from an FNG and get their way into one of those locks within about 5 minutes of trying ever in their life. And they're going to feel like a superhero too. But I'm only going to show them that if I feel like they're going to use it, because great power and great responsibility, Spider-Man and all that jazz. So I'm not out here training criminals and cat burglars for all you YouTube people who think that's what we do here. It is not. We like to pick locks in the comfort of our own homes. We're just nerds who like 3D puzzles. We sit around in places where we're already going to have to waste time and are stuck waiting on our wives to get out of yoga class or what the hell ever, and our lunch breaks, and while we're sitting at home watching football or a movie, and we pick locks. That's what we do. It's just a thing. So, everybody's got their thing. Live with it, accept it, move on. But just know that we're not out here training some crack team of cat burglars. There's nothing you own that we like that much. Even if it was, it would probably be the lock on it that we were after, not whatever you were locking up. And we'd probably just be fine with buying it off of you. So you don't have to cast us in that light, guys. Moving on. Lock guy, I'm glad that you're here. And I'm pretty sure I already emailed back and forth with you. So, yeah, you should have your tracking number, my brother. Your stuff will be out to you. I think they said 3 or 4 days. I'm sorry I didn't have the money to speed ship it a little faster, but M1ck still running on an unemployed M1ck budget here. So it was a miracle I pulled it together in the first place, if I'm honest. And thank you for your patience. Let's see. Yeah, Delbert, I feel you there. Dead tired, but work must be done. I'm going to have to get a Red Bull and a good meal, my friend. Oh, Mr. Happy running on an average of 4 hours sleep, but alarm keeps going off at 5:30 and you keep getting up. Yeah, Mr. Happy, I feel that too. Thank God for strong coffee. Since cocaine's illegal, we're just going to have to stick to drinking the mean bean. It's better for you anyway, guys. Both of them will give you hypertension problems and all kinds of issues. Just drink coffee. It's not as expensive even if you get good coffee, it's not that expensive. And coffee won't leave you with the shakes and all kinds of other problems. So, well, maybe it will, but neither here nor there. The point is, it's still a lower level. It's a stimulant nonetheless. Anyway, has anyone bought the Echelon set? If so, man, what are people's thoughts on it? I was thinking about ordering it. My Reapers will be here tomorrow. Well, Nico, here's my thoughts on that. I have the FNG and the Reaper. I do not have an Echelon. However, I've got a bunch of Sparrows tools. So maybe the Echelon would be good for you. There's a lot of tools in it I don't have that I would like. That tubular turner, that dimple rake, to name a couple. And there's a good quality set of 20s in there for most of the tools that you've got going on there. I'm hoping somebody... what are we doing on this stream? What are you doing on this stream, Headcase? What we do is pick locks. I'm showing some Lockmail to my friends here. These are the locks at the bottom here for one of my giveaways that we're doing. And I'll be picking some locks here shortly when I'm done running my mouth. But you are welcome to stay. That is what we do here. Thank you for dropping by. And I did not mean to single you out or heckle you. I'm a friendly guy. I'm just a silly host of my own show who's pretend famous. So please don't take it personally. I just like to joke around a little bit, and I'm happy to have you. But yes, I'll be picking here in a moment. I'm just trying to BS around with my buddies who are used to being here. I'm going to get right to it in a second. Let's see. Yeah, Nico, you got to say you're a lock collector. People just don't understand, man. Either tell them you've got a bunch of buildings and storage units you want to secure, or tell them you're into collecting locks. It sounds better. If you tell them you pick locks as a hobby, some of them are going to be interested in cool, and some of them are going to give you that weirdness. So, I don't know why they think it's their business to ask you why you're buying locks. I've seen people buy Sudafed and batteries and all the ingredients for meth, precursor, and not have a cashier turn their head at all. But somebody goes and buys a pack of needles who's diabetic, or buys some locks because they like to pick locks, and all of a sudden you're a junkie thief. So, people are going to judge, Nico. It is what it is. Dean P, what's up, brother? What's going on, Labs? Pick Destroyer. Dean P's a stress tester, not a pick destroyer. If the picks fail, then that's just how it goes. Of course, Brett sucks. A cuppa is the way for all English. And I am a fan of black tea as well. We don't have nearly as many good ones as you guys, I'm sure, but I like a Twinings or a few others here and there. I am a black tea drinker. I do like it with a good pastry or a scone. So yeah, tea time is totally down with Mick. And I like my other tea too, for all you old schoolers out there who know what I'm talking about. I like a little tea myself. At any rate, the Master Lock Magnum is the best lock ever made. It's impossible to pick. You have to be kidding, head case. Hold on a second. I'm sure that's not what I heard. We can't be talking about this Master Lock Magnum. Surely not. I'm glad you brought it up if that's the case. Now I feel like you want me to pick this thing just to make my point. Master Lock Magnum can't be picked. That's the most hilarious thing I've heard today. Of all the locks to claim are unbeatable, you go with one that Master Lock sells in hardware stores. Let me take the 250 sub giveaway sign off of here, guys. I didn't make it to blue belt by having problems with Master Lock Magnums, my friend. I'm going to try and open this thing for you. I hope that you're talking about one of those stupid disc locks, which are kind of hard, but not impossible either. Yeah, I hope we're not talking about one of these Master Lock Magnums. I really, really hope not. I mean, I didn't even have time to light another cigarette before this thing popped. It wasn't even enjoyable. But at least you know about a lock, and that's a good start. For your curiosity's purposes, when I said earlier that I could teach a noob to use a quint rake to open a master lock in less than 5 minutes if they'd never touched one, that's the rake I'm talking about right there. You can get it from Covert Instruments in an FNG set that'll cost you like, I don't know, what is it, guys? $10, $12. It comes with a pretty decent hook too. One of these right here. If you want to learn your single pin picking, they actually come in pretty nice little set together. You'll get the turner that I also just used. So if you want to have your own little kit, normally I push other brands, Sparrows and M1ck's and all kinds of things. But hey, if it works, I love it. The Covert FNG, it gets locks open. So I've been picking for less than 4 months. This Master Lock Magnum, it is nothing to brag about. I can tell you that right now. Is it a little harder than the average Master number 3? Absolutely. But I see you still saying there's no way I could open it. It's a fake lock. There's always one, guys. It's a fake lock. This Master Lock Magnum is a fake lock, guys. I don't know how it's fake. I don't even have a key for it, my guy, because this is what I do. It's a fake lock. This was sent to me on the same crappy hardware store hanger that they come on. 4 at a time, key to like. Go buy yourself some in an FNG case. Come back to my channel, and I'll show you how to open all 4 of them in about 10 minutes. Promise you. You want to see some more master locks get completely annihilated? Let's do that. Is this one good enough for you? This is a master lock number 5. I can make this one look ridiculous too. Ridiculous easy. My goodness. This is the first time I've had somebody tell me how great master lock was. I see something new every day. I'm going to single pin pick this one for you, okay? I won't use my fancy rake, and I'll leave my fake lock out of this. Oh no, not already. It's not even fun to pick these. This is a warm-up lock, sir, not a fake lock. These are for people to think that they're secure. If this is what you've got on your stuff, you better hope people like me are trustable people. I'm here to tell you that you need better locks, not to break into your stuff. You want to see a good lock? Let me show you a good lock. This is a good lock, my friend. This is a Packlock 98 Pro. It took me 4 months of picking and learning picking to get this open. I owned this one for 6 weeks before I got it open. I opened it 2 days ago. I've got multiple videos on my channel of me failing to open it and other locks. If you have any doubts, please run my numbers up and go watch all of them. Now I'm going to get back to hanging out with my friends. And my crappy master locks will continue to get picked. But if you want one that at least looks cool, for about maybe 15 to 30 bucks, depending on how fancy or old you want it to look, this is a Master Lock 77 Lionhead. It's my favorite master that I've come across yet. And they're all over eBay. You can order one too, my friend. Yeah, the locks they use on my cells at night. Okay. I don't do criminal things, so I don't have to worry about being cells. As a matter of fact, the county prison is about a half a mile across my driveway here right now, and they don't get yard time. It's supermax, my friend. So you don't know much about prison, obviously. But anyway, I'm glad you don't, and I'm glad I don't. Let's find some other things to play around with. I've got a box of like 50, 60 locks sitting here, my friend. Do you think they're all fake or that I've memorized them all? You think I got time for that kind of stuff? If I'm that good or that good at rigging it, why am I sitting here poor on the internet instead of out making tons of money doing this? You know why? Because other people do it too. Tons of them. Most of them are in the chat talking with us right now. Ask them if it's fake or if it's hard to do. Oh my goodness. Anyway, there's always one. Here's one of your Brinks brass locks. The gas station up the road from my house. Every beer in the cooler tonight while they're closed. Every pack of cigarettes. All of that is stored behind one of these and a door that rolls up, okay? It's a regular Brinks brass. You can go to buy any hardware store and get a pack of 1, 4, 8, whatever you want. I've got the key around for it if you need to see how real it is, but I got to tell you, the only thing real about it is it's real easy to get into. Head case probably is NOLA, Brett Sucks. NOLA the Trolla is famous for doing that kind of stuff. Only NOLA would come in here talking about how good a master lock is. Just to spite me. That's okay. His wife account names are cooler. Way cooler. And as hard as I've been trolled by people I actually trust in the last few days, randos are not going to piss me off right now, Brett Sucks. I promise you that. I've had enough fuckery from the people that are supposed to be my friends in the last 2 days that I don't care what randos do. You know what I'm saying? I got people slighting me on my own Facebook, people making sideways comments on my lives, people doing all kinds of ridiculousness, and then running into my own chats privately afterward. Oh, I'm sorry, Mick. I didn't mean it that way, Mick. Well, tell everybody you didn't mean it that way, asshole. You could tell everybody your little joke, but you can't apologize in public. I don't want your fucking half-arsed apology. I used to sleep on the street and eat out of a dumpster. I don't need friends. I like having friends. And I continue to try and be a nice guy, day to day and on the internet. But some of these people just want to ruin my positivity, and they will not have it. No, they won't. Yeah, exactly, Sushi. And it never ceases to amaze me either. I spend all this money on locks and things so I can go steal instead of just spending that money on that stuff. Totally, dude. I've been in jail before. You know how many locks they let me pick while I was there? You know how many times they were like, hey, Mick, here's a triple Bogota. Let's get down and have a good time. Not one. Not one. was actually out of my mind for about 5 days. They had to put me in medical because I started beating my head against the glass door. And when they came over to ask me why, I said, because you told me you were going to move me already, and I'm still here. And then they body slammed me, drugged me into another room, and I told them they needed to calm down. And they said that they were talking about their vacation, and I was the one tripping out. And I said, you guys deserve a vacation having to be in here with assholes all day. They looked at me like I was right, and then escorted me to medical. Nice guys. Law enforcement officers are generally nice guys. I've never had one arrest me for something I didn't do. I've had some exaggerate the truth a few times, but I was generally breaking at least 1 or 2 laws when it happened. And never once was it breaking into something. Never once was it a felony. Maybe a little possession that got knocked down a little bit. That's a whole nother thing. M1ck can still carry a concealed weapon. So how much do you think I've got on my rap sheet? You think they let me carry a pistol around all day because I'm off? No, they don't. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Oh, yeah, DNP, I agree with you there. The hospital locks the good stuff up with Medico locks. You better be a pro lock picker if you want into the stash, buddy. A Medico biaxial is going to be between you and all that OxyContin. There's also going to be an armed guard not far away and a bunch of cameras. So even if you get through it, you better start swallowing and be ready for your trip to jail, because that's what's going to happen. Don't be stupid, guys. Locks are the last problem of the lines of defense these days. We live in an age where drones are everywhere, internet is everywhere, cameras are everywhere, guards and security people are everywhere. The locks are just phase 1, guys. Everybody thinks that they're James Bond or Solid Snake or Snake Plissken, who's based off of James Bond. And I'm sorry, Solid Snake is based off of Snake Plissken and James Bond, for all you who didn't know. Anyway, I'm not a super spy, nor am I a super heist criminal. If I was, I'd have a bunch of money and not live in a trailer park, or I'd have got caught and be in prison not talking to all of you. So the only other option would be getting shot on a bad job and dying. And as you can see, M1ck's still in one piece. So I'm either the luckiest but poorest criminal ever, or the least successful, least active criminal ever. You choose. You be the judge. Exactly, Nico. Everybody's had a bad day. It happens. The idea is to not let it escalate and ruin all your other days. The best thing you can do is shut up, go for the ride, talk to your lawyer, get out, call people you care about to maybe help you. Don't make it worse. Don't be a knucklehead. Nothing you say to those guys is going to change the fact you're about to go to jail. I don't know why people think they can deliberate their way out of handcuffs. Let me tell you something, guys. If you hear the words, step out of the car or put your hands behind your back, you might as well stop talking right then. The game just ended. Whether you know it or not, it's already over. They're not going to change their mind. If you're lucky, they might just be detaining you while they run your numbers and stuff. But if that's the case, you sure aren't going to get your way out of it by making a break for it or busting out a cuff key. I can tell you that right now. That's a good way to get shot, is what that is. Exactly. Keep the peace. Nola might be a super secret spy. That's true. I don't know Nola like that, guys. Nola has a lot of internet alibis. I can only imagine how many fake IDs and masks that he's got. He might be like Turtle Master of Disguise type guy, or like Artie on Artemis Gordon on the Wild Wild West. Nola could be at my house right now and not know about it. Nola, are you at my house right now? If you are, I'm sorry. What am I doing here? You got me so distracted picking all these crappy locks. I forgot to show the cool part of the mail. See what happens, guys. Wild Billiam did not just send me the pins for my challenge lock. Wild Billiam, I hope you're still around. If not, I apologize, sir. But let me show the actual mail that he also sent me, because I really value those. Oh, Nico, Titanium Bogota. Very nice. I'm stoked for you too. That's a nice one to have. You lost all your pew-pews in a boating accident? That's a bummer, Nola. I would have to get a scuba suit and start buying new hammers. Liquid Snake's the best, DNP. I'm a big fan of Liquid Snake. I liked his British accent and his can-do attitude. He also flew a helicopter. I think that's pretty badass. We can all agree on that, right? And I don't know if you were good at the game, but the more you turn the difficulty up, the more he's going to whoop that ass at the end of the game. I can tell you that. That headbutt move thing he does is a real mofo. Now, I am slicing this envelope open like I do some of the lockjaw ones for a very special reason, and I'm going to show you why. Because Mr. Wild Billiam sent me one that has a really good sticker on it. You want to see the sticker? Let me show you guys the sticker. Some of you are going to know the sticker, and some of you might not. If you don't know the sticker, then I can't tell you about the sticker. Don't ask about the sticker. I can show it to you, but I can't tell you about it, or I might. Well, I'm not going to say what I might have to do. Just use your spy game imagination. At any rate, my good friend Wild Billiam is part of a brotherhood of lock pickers. And, oh, wow, that's really cool. And he went out of his way to not only sending me this really sweet set of Schlage and Quickset pins for my future challenge locks, but he also sent me this little package here. Look what came in it, guys. That is really cool. Look at it, guys. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is a golem, right? Is that right? This is a golem? Somebody's going to have to fill me in. I just got my first set of dice from Labs last week. But to all my D&D fans out here, this is a D&D postcard. And it is the cover of the Player's Handbook from 1978. That's pretty cool, man. I really dig it. And he knows that I was actually wanting to get into D&D. He's got some groups that he does D&D online with. And since I didn't get to enjoy that during my actual younger days, I have asked him and some of my other D&D buddies to help M1ck find his way into the land of D&D and figure some of that stuff out and learn what it's all about. So I'm really stoked about that. Thank you. Now let me show you guys what else is in the envelope. First, we will show you the sticker that comes from our good friend DIY DM. Many of you may know DIY. I'm a fan, good friend. And I really like the Phoenix with the Celtic knot.
Being an Irishman myself, I gotta give props to somebody using the Celtic knot stuff. And being a Scorpio, the Phoenix is one of my favorite animals ever. So, DIY, I really love your symbol. I will try to be nice enough to think about sharing one of these stickers with the world. One of them is absolutely staying with M1ck. I don't know. My little sister might want the other one, guys. She's a big fan of the Phoenix. I might have to hold on to that one. If not, nah, I might not get to keep one at all. Between my sister and my wife, I might get neither one. But I do appreciate them. Thank you very much. And I will stick them over here where we can see them, hopefully, for some of the rest of said episode. Let me get the Patty the Pack Lock here out of the way. There we go. And many of you will have guessed from seeing DIY. Yeah, D&D was cool, Nico. I don't know about the movie. I haven't seen it. Do you guys in D&D land think that the movie was worth watching? Will I learn anything of any consequence by watching the movie? Let me know in the comments. And if the movie is worth watching for the purposes of knowing anything about the game, I will give it a look later tonight. If it's just crap and you hated it, go ahead and trash it, and I won't watch it. And I'll just move on to actually learning the game. Let me know about that, guys. But here is the main event sticker. The same as the one on the outside of the envelope, only a little bit nicer, bigger. Not a paper sticker, a real sticker. I only have one of them because that's what you get when you're in this organization. And I didn't have one yet. And I really, really appreciate Wild Billiam sending me this over. Now that can only mean there's one thing left in the envelope, guys. And excuse me, I was wrong. There is one more of these stickers. Now I cannot share this sticker with you unless you're already eligible for the sticker. That's not my rules. This is just kind of a Fight Club lock sport kind of thing. So please understand that I can't say a whole lot about it. I just wanted to show it off. When you reach a certain level of understanding in the community of lock sport, somebody will no doubt approach you and ask you to join. And that is all I can say about that. I do really like it. The rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper, guys. And here is the main event item, guys. A beautiful patch. Fantastic. Look at this patch, guys. Truly sweet. Very well crafted, like most of the patches that you would get from any of these other companies and things. Only this one is special because not everybody can have this one. Much like some of the others that you have to earn, this one is somewhat earned as well. So I'm glad to have one of my own. I'm going to stick it back here on my good old M1ck setup here with my sparrows and M1ck patches. And I will be adding it to the good old whatever I end up with, guys. I can't decide yet. It's either going to be a really cool denim jacket or I might go really silly and get me a Girl Scout sash. Time will tell. I really think one of those mail bags that the mailman used to carry with the fold over, like a good laptop case, would be cool. But I've already got a cool man purse that I like, so I don't know. I think the way I'm going to go with it is a cool denim jacket. But I've got the very cool two ones from Lockjaw already. I didn't bring them out today, but you guys have seen them before. I've got the Night Watch and the Berserker. I've also got my beautiful M1ck patch that Mr. Happy made up for me. Still got to make sure he gets one of these. And then we will have some mass production ones made so I can give some of them out to you guys. And, of course, I've got my new unlocked one, which will be going as well. So I'm going to stick my D&D one back in the envelope because I don't want it to get tore up or messed up. That's a really, really cool postcard thing. And it's a genius way to back up all the stickers and such so they don't get damaged. So thanks for that. And really appreciate that, Wild Billiam. Not only did you save my 200K bacon, you continue to bless me with some goodies. So thank you, my friend. Alrighty. Now Mountain Mick is going to proceed to have another smoke and get back to picking around on some locks. I don't have anything particular planned for this evening's lock picking. I was just messing around, and I got some cool Lockmail I wanted to show. And I'm actually very soon, let me turn this one off, guys. Very soon going to be using the dimple flags that I've got to try out a couple of dimple locks. I've got a couple of harder locks that I may try picking on here for you soon, such as, well, this is the dimple lock that I was talking about. But I've also got a couple of Yales, and I've got those best SFICs are going to just wait for a little bit while I try a few dabbling around things, and then I will start my way into those. That's going to be a real ordeal, I already know, so I'm trying to give it just a minute to enjoy being at Blue Belt before I go headlong into 2 purple belt locks that I have got to learn some things about. I actually also need to read a couple more chapters that I saved for myself in practical lock picking. I read my way through all of the pin and tumbler section, and I saved for myself the dimples and levers section and cruciform section. So I need to revisit the book, freshen up on that stuff, and start picking some dimples. And I'm going to be getting into that stuff soon. You might know that sticker and patch, Mustang. You should, as of recently. And I'm glad that you do, because you belong there, sir. Let's see. No problem, Sushi. Dinner time's coming up for Mountain Mick, too, but I'll probably still be here BSing around long enough that you'll make it back before I get my dinner. I think it's still got to be cooked and all types of things, so I'll be here, and no, don't you worry. The Yale Euro, no, Brett, I haven't tried it yet. That's actually what I was just talking about. I've got 2 of them now, too. I got one from Mr. Happy, I believe. And then my friend Troy sent me another one. So I've actually got 2 of them to try now, Brett. And I will be giving them a try very soon. I may even try picking one of them in hand here in a minute. We'll see. I don't know. I've actually got them here if you want to see them, Brett. Is that what you want? You want some English lock porn? Is that what I'm hearing? Show us the keyway. Where are those Yales at? I got my Yales both sitting here, brother. I wouldn't lie to you. I told you I've been getting ready to pick on these things, and I would not make that up. Let's show them off since I've finally got a camera worth showing them. And because they're English-style European Yales, we'll go ahead and show them with the Bible down so Brett loves it. All right, Brett, here you go. Here's your lock porn for the day. Here's a nice Yale Bible down the way you love it. And you can even see all the way through the back where it's been cut in half. My hand isn't getting in the way anyway. But, yep, that's a pretty Yale, guys. Burning my own eyes, sorry. But, yeah, this is one of my Yales. It's got, let me tilt it so you can see. It's got a really pretty inscription of Yale on it. It's so bright it's hard to tell. Maybe if the light hits it just right, you can see it. I don't know if that's going to work. It's so shiny. Sorry, guys. It's really shiny. You can see where it's etched right here in the shadows, though. It says Yale. Really nice one. Here's the key. Mr. Happy says he still hasn't gotten his half of that one open yet. That's the beauty of these double-sided locks, guys. In case you didn't know, what many of us like to do is chop them in half in the back. See how this back is cut off right here? This was a double-sided lock, so you could have a keyway on one side and on the other. That's how they do it everywhere but America, it seems. And they don't have a knob. They've got the key on inside and outside. So it can be hacked in half, and you can keep half and send the other half to a friend if you're feeling lock sport generous. So we really appreciate it here. And here's the key. I will put the bidding down, just like the Bible was down. It looks not too mean, but because of the actual keyway being a Yale, don't be deceived, guys. Just because that bidding doesn't look super mean, just remember that every Yale I've ever touched has had to have a super skinny pick to get around this part. Look at the warding, the way it's cut. See how it's got to snake its way through there? And it's all Z-shaped and jagged. That's a Yale, guys. That's what the keyway hole is. So you can't go from just the bottom, as you can see. If you try that, you will not be making it to the top where the pins are. So let me flip it back over. So yeah, this is how it would look for you guys, Brett. But yeah, either way, it is a jiggity jaggedy mess from which you will not be just getting a simple up and down from the bottom. You're going to have to get up in that paracentric and twist, scoop your way up in there a little bit. Now I'm going to show you another Yale. Brett Suck says, I send the other halves of mine to Beer Can Bushcraft, Tinny. He makes them into challenge locks. I've seen some of those that you've been showing, Brett, and they're pretty cool. Is he the one who made that the stone on the sword lock, or was that somebody else, Brett? I know it was somebody from the UK who made that one. You guys got some of the coolest challenge locks over there. Between the motorcycle racing and the locks over there, I really am beginning more and more to think that I'm on the wrong side of the pond. So eventually when they kick M1ck out of the country, hopefully I will get deported to Ireland or Northern Ireland, and I will not fight it at all. I'll tell them to send me and my wife and my dad and my sister. If you think we would all fight a trip to Ireland or Northern Ireland, you don't know us very well. We're ready to go anytime you want to send us. I got to go find the Stone of Destiny and see if the shiny ones are ready to return. Because when the proper King of Ireland touches that stone, we'll live in a new age of peace and happiness. That's something the world could need. I doubt that I'm the right descendant to actually make that happen. But hey, nobody else is making it happen, guys. There's also the Blarney Stone you can go kiss. I'm not really as interested in that, but I would love to see all the beautiful countryside. And Northern Ireland, Ballymoney has that that tree tunnel thing going on that's really beautiful over there. It's the Dark Woods, I think is what it's called. Anyway, it's beautiful. It's actually featured on the calendar in the kitchen right now as well. Or it was. The month changed. Anyway, yeah, it was last month. Sorry, guys. Papa Mick says that was last month. It was also on the background of my very own computer for a little while, which I really liked because as soon as Papa Mick saw it, he was like, hey, isn't that the spot in Ireland? And I was like, yeah, that's the one. So we definitely recognize the beautiful landscape out there. Anywho, what was that sound? Somebody messaged me or something. I don't think anybody is in the chat lobby or whatever. You can pick between the warding most of the time. I've heard that before, Nola. My friend Jaded Argyle was telling me that there has to be some type of hole that you can sneak your way through under the pin itself. I don't know about that very much, but I have heard it before. Oh, I know, Terraphon. It will be a nightmare, but I do have some gym hooks in 15 for just that type of purpose. This is a size 0.15 gym hook, guys. So when I have to go into something crazy and European, hopefully it won't be so deep that's a problem. I've also heard that Jimmy's can be a little wide there in the back, but I don't know if it's going to be an issue with this one or not. I haven't tried it. Yeah, it's hanging out the back of the lock, guys. I think we'll be all right. So I think the I think the 15 Jimmy will handle it. I just have to be delicate and not mess this up. And I've come a long way between starting and where I'm at. So that's one of the reasons I don't use these often, guys. Save your picks for the ones that they fit in. If you are using a lock that a 25 will fit in or a 20 will fit in, then use one. Don't be sneaking your 15s into a keyway that they don't need to be in if they will fit bigger picks. I mean, you can pick how you want. Maybe you like a little more room in there when you're playing around. I don't know, but Bosnian Bill, in his description of lock picking, points out to using the most thick, brittle tools possible for excellent feedback and less moving around side to side and falling off of the pin, etc. That is the mind of how I was learned to pick, taught to pick. I would kind of not use that term. I hate using the term learned because it sounds like I'm just being a stupid Southern person. But in this case, I did have to learn it on myself. I wasn't getting any actual instruction. So all I'm saying is, from the reading and ideals that I follow from several very famous books and pickers, I've always been told to use the largest thing that'll fit in the keyway. And that's the style that I pick with. That's just what I do. If my 25s will fit, I don't go to a smaller one, guys. I don't. I don't see a reason to do so. It's just more chance for me to miss. I don't need any help missing the pins. That's why I use flats, guys. Oh, that one's not wanting to burn. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't use pin, finger pin, or I'm not even very good with rounds, guys. I'll use a round pick from time to time, but I don't like it. I do like a gem hook, and I do like a flat hook. But I feel like if I've got all these gem hooks and all these flat hooks, there's really not much reason for me to have a round. The gem will do everything the round will do, and then still give me a nice flat surface when I want it. And the flat, as long as it'll fit, gives me a way better grip on the pin. And then naturally, if I want to have even more, I'll go to a monkey paw or an elephant trunk or a dog leg because they've got the notches in the flat. And that is even better for slippage. Let the tools do some of that work for you guys. Some of these locks are hard enough to pick without having all that extra problems. It's not cheating, I promise. The reason we make better tools is to improve the efficiency of our work. That's like saying you shouldn't use an air hammer or you shouldn't use an electric knife to cut a turkey with. I mean, we make this technology to make the job easier. Why wouldn't I use it? It's like, anyway, you get what I'm saying, guys. The reason we make faster and faster cars and faster and better brakes is so we can go faster, stop faster, and make faster times. You can drive slow in a fast car and it's boring. You can drive fast in a slow car and have a great time. It's a very well-known adage that it's more fun to be having a slow ride, a fast ride on a slow bike or car is more fun than a slow ride on a fast bike or car. And that's true, guys. Nothing like being in a race car or a race bike going slow through traffic. They're not meant to go slow. You'll be in a terrible position gravity-wise. The machine's going to run like crap. It's going to be jerky. It's not designed to do that. Now, you get an old Lincoln with some airbags, shocks, it's going to be comfy, slow and low, baby. That's the tempo. You ride around in something like that, much better. And those things will go fast too. But what I'm trying to say is, if you go around a little circle track, and if you're in a Corvette doing 30 miles an hour, you're not having a good time. But you hit that same circle track doing 100 miles an hour in a 3-liter Geo Metro, that's fun, guys. It is what it is. Anyway, let's see what you guys are talking about. Learnt. It's learned, Brad. Learned with an ED. Learned. Like well-learned person. not learnt. Don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant, Brett. Don't be ignorant. Somebody gonna learn you, boy. Somebody gonna learn you. Let's see. It's all about having options. I totally agree. There's just some options that aren't worth using for me, Brett, is what I was trying to say. I totally agree that having all the options of pick is great, but I have to spend money in a lot of cases on those options. And spending $200 on some M1ck finger and pointy and round tips is not an efficient use of money for me. I'm better off to have the flat extras, the flats of the gyms. So I would use that money to get those. That's all I'm trying to say. It's not that I'm saying they aren't useful profiles. I'm saying I don't have the skill to use them for what their intended purpose is, which is to open locks. And because I'm not good at those things, I don't try to get better at it. It's different minds of how you attack things, guys. Some people feel like you should work on your weaknesses and bring them up to level with your strengths. That's good. If you want to be mediocre, I disagree entirely. If you're bad at something, don't do it. Don't waste your time on that. Whatever you're already good at, try to get better at that. I'd rather be a specialist at something and be great at using that one pick than be halfway decent at using every pick over here. That's the truth. If I could open every lock in the world with only one, I'd love that. It won't happen. You need some options. But all I'm saying is some options begin to get fluffy, as they like to say. And I think you would feel the same about that, Brett. You like single pin picking, don't you? How many rakes do you have, Brett? That's what I want to know now. Do you have a double, a snake, a quint, a quad, an octo rake, a hybrid boom slang, a Sandman, a Medusa, all them same rakes with different names? You got the Palmer Waves and the Murder Rakes? Or you got about 3 or 4 of them like I do, and then a bunch of hooks? Hey, Matt's Lock Shop. You have flats, rounds, pointy, gems, flats. Get used more than the rounds, gems, and pointies hardly ever. That's what I'm saying, Brett. For me, the gems get used more. The rounds and the pointies would be hardly ever. So would I get them? I will. I'm a collector too, Brett. So yes, indeed, I will end up getting those. But while I'm still in the beginning levels of adding tools, I'd rather have the flats from 5 different companies than all of the ones that I don't barely ever use from 1 or 2 companies, if that makes sense. You mastered raking from the start before single pin picking? Brett, something tells me you were a master the moment you touched a freaking pin the first time, my guy. I don't think anybody could teach you anything, and I continue to wonder why you even come here. I'm just busting your balls, Brett. Anyway, hello, Matt's Lock Shop. What's Nico talking about up here? Yeah, Nico, raking is good to start with. I didn't say that people shouldn't rake. Please don't take that way. M1ck is very fond of raking. It just has a place, a time and a place. When I'm trying to open a lower level lock, a white, yellow, orange lock, and I'm struggling to SPP it because it's grimy and trashy, I will usually go to a rake because it's going to get it open a lot of times, and there's not a lot of reason for me to keep wasting my time SPP in a lock that I'm not even going to get any credit for picking. Nobody cheers when I pick a master number 3. They don't care if I rake it, so I rake it. Now when I get a Pack Lock 98 Pro, I will tell you, I do know somebody who can rake this, and I'm impressed. Just as impressed if they single pin picked it, because it's a high security lock. And if you're raking good enough to open a lock like this, rake it open. Open is an open, right? At the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do, is open these things. So I don't care how you go about it. Oh, you come here because you like me, Brett. That's what I like to hear, sir. I'll give you points for that one. I'd never try to stop you from being my friend, Brett. I'm not that kind of guy. If you like being here, then by all means, sir. And thank you, Nico. I appreciate your support there as well. I do what I can. But yeah, M1ck likes raking, guys. You see me use my maces a million times. I love rakes for the right purposes. I'm not a master of raking by any means, but then, I'm not a master of single pin picking, so it's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. I just open the locks, baby. I just open the locks. Some of them, anyway. Some of them, when I can, I open the locks. The ones that want to open. It's not about me. It's about the locks. Sometimes they want to open. Sometimes they don't want to open. I try to coax them a little bit, push them along in the right direction. But at the end of the day, if they don't want to open, there's very little I can do about that. I can use my fake Magnum lock. Why do I still get the feeling you were right about Nola being that person? Nola is everywhere. I don't know if you guys remember Savoir Faire on the Bullwinkle and Rocky cartoon. Is anybody that old? Brett Sucks, you're probably that old. You remember Savoir Faire on Bullwinkle and Rocky? Savoir Faire is everywhere. The little French dude. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. I feel like I'm missing a couple of locks here. You know what? There's an itty bitty one in here that I forgot I had. And I'm going to pick it really quick too. Just for funsies. What else is in here? The RB. Maybe we'll try the Ace 38 millimeter tonight. I see a lot of people trying to pick that. Also, I've been picking on this a little bit lately. This silver American 1100. I haven't opened it yet. I've got close a few times. Maybe we'll play with it. I don't know. I haven't decided exactly where I'm going with this at all, guys. There was no plan. I didn't announce this because there was no plan. I got some Lockmail on the way into the house and said, you know what? I'm going to show everybody this cool stuff Wild Billiam sent me. If it goes good, it goes good. If it completely tanks and burns to the ground, I've lost nothing. Well, thank you, Nico. I'm glad that you are inspired to open your own channel up and get to know some more people and hang in the chat and do that kind of thing. It is what I enjoy doing. Not everybody does it the same way. Some people prefer to just pick and aren't so talkative. And some people have a channel about something that's not picking at all. And they prefer, oops, I already had it open. I was going for another one. So let me get a different pick just for fun. But yeah, some people have different styles and that's okay. People have different likes of what they like to watch as well. So I think it makes for good variety among the community. And I support that. If everybody had the same show, it would be boring, right? You watch Lockpick and Lawyer because you like watching Lockpick and Lawyer. You watch Lady Locks because you like watching Lady Locks. I don't do the same exact thing, or don't try to do the same exact thing as either one of them. I respect both of them. I like to watch both of them. But I don't feel the need to try and emulate their show. I try to do my own thing. And I, suggest everybody do that. It's more genuine. Just be yourself and pick some locks. If you don't have to be great at it. I'm not great at it. I'm okay. On the best days, I'm okay. On the bad days, I can open nothing. That's the truth. Sometimes you'll see it. Sometimes we'll be here on live and I'll be able to open absolutely nothing. I'll be tossing stuff left and right. Oh, yeah, Nico. Then now you're talking my language, brother. Powdered Toast Man and Saturday morning cartoons. Yeah, we're cut from the same cloth there, Nico. Nothing makes me and my wife happier than having some cinnamon toast crunch and smoking a fatty and watching some old Nicktoons or some old Cartoon Network classics. We also like to watch Boomerang, the really old school cartoons, old Looney Tunes and Dick Dastardly, Wacky Races, Yogi Bear, things like that. And Ninja Turtles, of course, is one of my all-time favorites. And what else? What else? Beavis and Butthead, I'm a fan of. A big fan of that. I love the new King of the Hill too. If anybody hasn't seen that and you're a fan of the old show, go check out that new King of the Hill. It's pretty solid. I like it. And of course, I've been watching The Simpsons, South Park, and all of those shows for as long as they've all existed. That's what I'm into. Futurama, Rick and Morty, that type of stuff. Adult cartoons, but also like kiddie cartoons. I like Rugrats and Hey Arnold, All Real Monsters, things like that. Everybody's like, oh, did you not get to live your childhood, Mick? Yes, and it was awesome. That's why I tried to never leave it. It's you people who continue wanting me to grow up. I just want to get stoned and eat some good cereal and watch some cartoons with my old lady, man. You know, I tell you what else we like to watch, guys. We like to watch old TV. We like to watch black and white movies, silent films. My wife's a big fan of horror anyway, but we love all old TV. We like to watch I Love Lucy and classics like that, The Honeymooners. Big fan of those shows. Anything that we watch on MeTV. MeTV is big for me, guys. I love watching Perry Mason and old stuff like that. My wife does too. We don't watch all of this new stuff as much. We do watch some of it, but that's what we're into. Watch whatever you want. And don't pay for it if you can help it. I'm not a fan of paying for TV, guys. Get yourself a Roku or a Fire Stick, and then you can bootleg all that stuff and still watch M1ck on your TV. M1ck will do an episode and tell you how. At any rate, Wi-Fi is all you need. You can run your phone off of Wi-Fi at the house. You can run your phone off of Wi-Fi almost anywhere. If you get a portable hotspot on one of your phones, you can do it that way. And yeah, if you know the right 2 or 3 websites, you don't need to buy into Netflix or Disney or any of that either. I can bootleg all them same shows. Use a VPN so the FBI doesn't come asking you why you're watching Ren and Stimpy for free 30 years later. I don't think they're that worried about it, but you never know. Too shouty? They just yell a lot, Brett? Is that what you're saying? Oh, yeah, Chuck Soup. That's what I'm talking about. Invader Zim is one of my old all-time favorites, Chuck. And Ren and Stimpy is good as well. I'm not always a daily live streamer, Nico. I'm glad that you look forward to seeing me most of the time. That's one of the reasons why, if I do have the time, I'll jump on here and hang out, regardless of whether I have something planned. It gives me something to do that's not getting me in trouble or costing me a bunch of money. So I'm into that. My wife's into that. She loves when I don't spend money or get in trouble. Good wife. Yeah, exactly, Chuck Soup. I still like burned DVDs too. Your Stretch Armstrong. You know that they just started selling Stretch Armstrong again? Good news. If you split your Stretch Armstrong, they just came out with 3 new Stretch Armstrong characters, Brett. You can go buy one tomorrow. They've got brand new Stretch Armstrongs, and I'm told they still make them the same way. I don't know, but I did see an ad for them on my Facebook just like a day or 2 ago. Stretch Armstrong's back, guys. My best friend growing up had one of those, guys. We used to play with it all the time. He had a Wrestle Buddy, too. Anybody old enough to remember Wrestle Buddies? A Wrestle Buddy, for those of you who don't know, is kind of like a pillow with arms and legs. that you can throw around and beat the crap out of. If you've ever seen like a ground and pound body bag for a MMA fighter, it's like that, but for a kid, and it's shaped like Macho Man or Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan. My friend had 2 or 3 of them. They were fun, dude. And of course, we got tired of beating up on them and started power bombing and stone cold stunning each other. But they are fun, and they make decent pillows too. Showbox? I thought Showbox still exists, Nico. Nico, DM me after this, and I'll tell you where I still watch all my bootleg stuff. I've got plenty of stuff just like Showbox that you're going to love. But I can't tell you here what it is, or people will try to run and shut it down too. So you hit me up in Discord, Nico, and I will let you in on 2 or 3 sites where you can watch any pay-per-view that you want as far as fighting or racing, any sport, any football. You can also have another channel that I watch that has live streaming TV, so you don't have to keep plugging in stuff to watch. You can just run and run. I watch Top Gear on it like nonstop. And there's also another one I use that has all the modern TV shows. So you just search it up. I was watching Rick and Morty on that one the other day because they don't have the new season of Rick and Morty on Disney Plus or whatever. I think Hulu is technically right there, but I do have Hulu Disney Plus, guys. It came with the Verizon plan my wife has, so we've got Hulu Disney Plus, and it comes with Star Wars and National Geographic, Hulu, Disney Plus, all of that stuff. So I enjoy that one a lot, actually. I do watch that one quite a bit when I'm feeling the need. It's got all the Marvel stuff too. I actually spent the last couple nights catching up on that new Avengers movie, Thunderbolts. And I continue to fall asleep trying to watch the new Captain America movie, with Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk. I haven't finished that one yet. Maybe later tonight if I'm not checking out Dungeons and Dragons. You had the Macho Man Randy Savage, Nico? That one was my favorite. My friend had the Hulk Hogan, but I've always been a big fan of the Macho Man. You know, he was a baseball player before he started wrestling, guys. Macho Man played for a couple different pro baseball and amateur baseball teams before he was a wrestler. He didn't do well in baseball, so he switched to pro wrestling. And he made so much money that they still use his likeness at the Slim Jim commercials and stuff. Love the Macho Man. The Macho Man actually cared about kids and his image and stuff, guys. I think that's cool. He wasn't a complete a-hole like I hear some of the other wrestlers from back then were. I'm not going to make any names or name people because I don't know. I've never met most of those guys, but I've genuinely heard that many of them were complete super D-bags, and it does not surprise me because probably most of them were on steroids and cocaine at the time. So I imagine if I was all super rich, jacked up, and on steroids and cocaine all day, I'd think a little bit crazy too. Probably wouldn't want Uncle Craig around all the kids. Uncle Mick, Uncle Craig. My name's Craig, for those of you who don't know that. I get Craig like on Friday all the time. Yes, Craig like on Friday, guys. Craig and them. Craig and Day Day. Craig and Smokey. I'm Craig. That's my name. It always has been. Always will be. Zero. Zero, you all right, bud? Sorry, guys. Dog is not feeling well either. I told you everybody was sick over here at the house right now. Cream of the crop. That's right, Swamp. Cream of the crop, brother. The cream always rises to the top, brother. Oh, yeah. You know that's right, brother. I love me some Macho Man, guys. The Macho Man was a cool guy. You know where he got the name Macho Man, Swamp? I just heard about it the other day. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. It's okay. You go with Dad. You go with Dad, buddy. Okay, go with Dad, buddy. Go with Dad. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Go with him. Sorry, guys. Dog's not feeling good. Anyway, what I was trying to say is, I forget his last name, guys, but Randy, the Macho Man, he picked up the Savage part from baseball, I think was when he got that name, when they were calling him Randy Savage. But his mom was the one where he got Macho Man from. His mom was a big fan of TV Guide. Now, I can relate to that because my grandmother was a really big fan of reading her TV Guide. It was a big thing back in the day, guys. TV Guide, for all of you young people, was a magazine that you got in the mail. I don't think it cost money for a long time. I think it used to be free. They might have charged there towards the end. But anyway, TV Digest or TV Guide would come to your house in the mailbox. And it would tell you what was coming on TV. Because back then, there was no channel that scrolled through and told you what was programs were coming on. The TV Guide would tell you what the episodes were going to be about. Kind of like when you look at the back of a box on a movie or look in the description now. Well, there were also some stories and magazine write-up articles in the TV Guide, as it were. And Macho Man, his mom was a TV Guide reader. There we go. His mom was a TV Guide reader. And his mom, sometime in the early 80s, read a TV Guide or Reader's Digest. I think it was Reader's Digest or TV Guide. I think he said TV Guide. But anyway, she told him that the new click word that was about to be big, the new buzzword for everybody, was going to be macho. It was probably around the same time that Macho Man, the Village People song, came out. Anyway, macho was going to be the next big thing. So when Randy Savage heard macho was going to be the next big thing, he said, "Oh yeah." And he decided to start going by the Macho Man. That's how he got the name Macho Man, guys. True story. Google that crap. How do you enroll in the giveaways when you do them? Hold on, guys. Enroll. Calm down, buddy. Okay. All right, buddy. It's okay. You can calm down. Breathe slow. You're gonna be okay. Sorry, guys. My dog's having asthma attacks or something. We're worried about him. Just give me a second. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. I want some pizza here in a minute, bud. You need to calm down. Maybe go get some water and lay in bed. Loves you. You can sit here if you want. Maybe he'll chill, guys. So yeah, Nico, what you want to do is make your video. Hey, buddy. You just trying to get on camera, huh? Zero wants to say hey to everybody, I guess. Hold on, guys. Let's say hey to Zero real quick. Zero, come here. Come here. Come on. There he is. This is Zero, guys. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. That's my dad's dog, guys. That's Zero. He's a Chihuahua. And he's probably about 12 years old now, guys. So he's got a little asthma and stuff these days. He's gonna be all right, but he's not feeling well sometimes. So anyway, as I was trying to tell you, Nico, if you would like to enter one of my giveaways, like the 250 that's going on right now, let me just do this really quick. 250 sub giveaway. It's going on until the end of this month, Nico. All you got to do is pick one of these locks that you see on the bottom of the screen here. Pick one of those locks on video If it's a guttable lock, gut it. If it's not, because it's a lotto lock, then don't worry about gutting it. And there's no time involved with this one. You just pick the lock on the video. And when you put the video on YouTube, just make sure that you use the hashtag 250 sub giveaway, and either use my name in the description or just anywhere. You can put it in the title or the description. I don't care. You don't have to put my name in the title, but just make sure you have a way of tagging it to me so that I find it. And I will, here's the thing, I will like it, I will share it, I will comment on it, and I will put it on the playlist that I keep for all the entries. If you have an entry and I have not done all those things, M1ck doesn't know about your entry yet. So if you find that to be the case, you should probably let me know, because sometimes the YouTube is weird, guys, and I don't get all the responses like I'm supposed to. So if you find that you make a video and it's not on the 250 sub playlist, let me know. I will add it. I will make sure to like, comment, and all of that, and share it around. I share them all on the dog pack. I share them all on Facebook, and I share them all on Reddit. So you're going to get a little bit of coverage of people bringing it to your channel. I try to share that around for you guys. I don't get the views on that stuff. You do. It's just one of my ways of thanking you for entering the contest. And obviously it gets my name out there a little bit. But all the views and likes and stuff from your video are going to go to you. And basically, if you have an entry, you can make as many entries as you want for this contest. What you do is, for every lock that you open, I will give you one entry. You can use the same lock for every entry, and that's fine. Or you can use different ones. I don't care. You can make multiple video entries, as many as you want, until the contest ends. So make one video or make 50. You can use the same lock in every video if you want. You can do it live if you want. You can do it on my live if you want. As long as it's on a video, that's all I care about, guys. So just put it on a video. Make sure I know about it. Make sure that it happened during the contest. Don't pull me out some video of you picking a lock 4 years ago. That's not going to fly. Not because I care, but because you'll get stoned to death in the comments by people if you win. And I'm not going to be able to save you from that. M1ck will roast you right along with everybody and say, why would you use some 4-year-old video to enter my contest? I told you not to do that. This is me telling you not to do that. So anyway, I will load all of the entries in over the course of October 1st to 5th. And on the 5th at 5 p.m., I will go live. All of the entries will be loaded into the big wheel. And I will not string you along and spin it 5 million times and do a last man standing drawing type thing. For a live one-time drawing, that works fine when there's like 20 people or something. But I've already got like 25 videos or something, guys, and some of them are multiple entries in a video. So I'm not going to spin the wheel 49, 50 times and make you guys sit here all night just to see who won. I'm a let's get down to business kind of guy most of the time. So I will spin the wheel one time on October 5th, 5 p.m. I won't do it right at the beginning of the show, but I won't make it take long either. We'll have a nice long show, but you won't have to wait 4 hours into the show to see it, guys. I'm not going to hype it up and then drag you along. I hate that gotcha gimme stuff, dude. I'm not going to do that, guys. If you come here on October the 5th to watch my live and see the giveaway spinner, you will see that M1ck is going to spin the wheel once. It'll probably happen in the first half hour or less, and we will know who wins. That's all there is to it. And whoever wins, I've stated before, but I will say it again since we're doing the whole run through anyway. You're going to get an A1100 in any color you want, engraved with whatever you want on it. Or you can pick either the 44 Delta A1100 or the 44 Delta Pack Lock 90A Pro. Any of those three you may choose if you win. For this contest, there are no runner-up prizes. There was in my first one. There may be in other ones, but for this one, there will only be a grand prize, guys. It's a pretty nice prize, and I will be throwing in some goodies and stickers and maybe even see if I've got a spare pick or two by then. We'll see what I can do. But it will be sweet. And like with anything, I try to leave some room for outdoing myself a little more in the future. So, many people have also already asked me, when will our next giveaway be? Well, first of all, we're in the middle of one, so why would you even worry about that? Just play this game. But for those who must know, let's see where we're at right now. We're at 321, guys. So I'd be out of my mind just to do a 350. I mean, in all honesty, that wouldn't even make sense. I did 100 and then 250. That's 150 difference. So by those standards, I'd have to do at least 400. Now, by the time this contest is over, we're going to be nearing 400, I hope, anyway. So statistically speaking, typically I would expect to do a 500 sub would be what I would do from there. We'll see, though. There's a chance I will just pull one out of my hat and do a 400 sub, guys. I will not be doing a 350 because we're so close right now that I'd be turning right back around and starting another contest. Now, I will do that, but the only way I'm going to do that is if there are so many responses and entries that it just makes sense to do that kind of thing. Because at the end of the day, all of this comes out of M1ck's already empty pockets, guys. Nobody else bought me and Lock Guy the line heads, and Lady Locks did contribute the sticker package. I appreciate her doing that because that made the prize pack sweeter. M1ck sent some of the locks that I donated along into the prize pack to those guys as well. So again, some of those prizes were from donations. But what I'm trying to say, guys, is it currently is not financially feasible for me to just do a giveaway every 5 minutes. I don't get paid at all for this. This is for fun. So I like doing them, and I will continue to do them because I enjoy community engagement and everybody having a good time and playing games. But realistically speaking, until I'm at least back at work and in Florida, I'm already doing the best I can to maintain what we're doing now. That's the truth. So as things progress and M1ck tends to do a little better in life, the prizes will be nicer. The channel will look better. It's like anything else, guys. You'll be able to tell that things are going better and that the prizes are stacking up nicer and that we've got more people watching, etc. But for the moment, I'm doing the best I can. I pray that it is enough, and the rest is just all I can do to have this stuff and entertain you guys to the best of my ability. So I'm going to start picking on something that's a little harder now. I've already picked through a bunch of a wealth of crappy locks over here that we've got warm-up style. So I'm going to get down to business. The oven is preheating for M1ck's dinner here, so we're at the 2-hour mark. My dinner is in the oven here in a moment. So what I'm going to do, yeah, I hear that backstabber. Pass me anything. I'm more of a menthol man, but I'll take a Marb menthol. I was raised in North Carolina, guys. When I was growing up, you could still smoke pretty much any building. I remember smoking in McDonald's, smoking in the Waffle House, smoking everywhere but school, basically. Now, Papa Mick remembers smoking at school too, but that's a whole nother thing. Times have changed. In Florida, you can't smoke in any building. In most houses that people own, they don't want you to smoke in. So we usually smoke outside when I live there. I got to go by people's rules. Now, if it's my house, yeah, we're smoking in the house, dude. I'm not walking out in the cold and the rain and all of that every time I want to have a stove, guys. I'm just telling you like it is. When Mountain Mick has a kid running around the house, then we'll talk. Then I'll go out to the porch and smoke. But as long as it's just me, or just me and adults who don't mind and all smoke as well, I'm not an a-hole about this stuff, guys. I'm not going to blow smoke in your face or not put it out because I'm an a-hole. But I'm also going to expect you to let me just do my thing if we're outside. That really irritates me on no end levels when I'm literally outdoors and somebody asks me to put my cigarette out. Why? You didn't pay for it. We're in a public outdoor area. The air is open. You don't have to stand beside me and huff the breath, That's no better than telling somebody they need a mint. You don't have to be so close you smell my breath. Back up. But anyway, let's see. What are we going to play with tonight? Yep. Okay, this is what we're going to play with tonight. I haven't popped this lock in quite some time, guys. Many of you know it. It is an a-hole of a lock sometimes, but for $12, $13, I would tell you it is the hardest, most fun to pick lock you can get for that kind of money by going to a hardware store, no less, not having to order it. If you're really lucky, you might be able to find an 1100 American sitting on a shelf somewhere, but not me. I have to order these from Amazon and stuff, guys. If you are lucky enough to have an Ace Hardware nearby, I would recommend getting yourself at least one of these. This is the Ace 38 millimeter. It is a green belt lock. And the reason it is because I've heard it's an absolute spool fest in there. I've picked this one 3 times. I picked it twice the day I bought it. It's actually the lock that I got my green belt with. I had to pick this one. There's no gut on this. So I actually, if you go back to the very early dark ages of Mountain Mick's channel, you will see where Mountain Mick rebuilt a Toledo, which is a deadbolt lock for a door. And the reason I did that, guys, is because when you pick an unguttable lock for Greenbelt, one of the non-picking requirements is to gut and reassemble, all on video, a lock. Well, I couldn't do that very well with this one because I don't have a drill and all of that to do it with. So I was left with the choice of picking another lock to do it with, and that is what I did. And it worked out good for me. I got my green belt approved. Then within a few days, I had bought myself an 1100 that was green in honor of my green belt. I picked it twice the first day I had it. Then I had a long streak of not picking it. Then I progressively pinned it. Then I locked myself out of it one day when I had it pinned down. And Georgia Jim tried to help me get it straightened out. I screwed it up anyway. I've still got it and most of the parts for it. We'll drill it out on the channel one of these days for fun, probably. GQ Man tells me he knows how to fix it, so maybe I'll just let him fix it or coach me through fixing it. This is too tall, guys. Matter of fact, we might do better if we top a keyway this Ace anyway. Maybe I should top a keyway this bad boy. I can't even remember which way I picked it. It's been so long. Let's try that instead, though. Exactly, backstabber. I don't make kids smoke, man. If there's kids around, this isn't 1974. I'm not going to have the windows of the car all up and hotbox it out while the kids are in the back. If you have kids, I don't have any yet. I'm thinking about having one really soon. Not me personally, but I'm going to help make it happen. The fun part I'm going to be there for, and the raising part. But anyway, I don't think that it's cool to give kids secondhand smoke asthma problems and things like that. And I would never do that on purpose to anybody's kid. I've been an uncle for many years. And even when I'm smoking the sweet leaf, which I find to be less damaging to people than tobacco, obviously I dip out to another place when I'm doing those things. Uncle Craig is not a bad influence, guys. Uncle Mick. They call me Uncle Craig, though, because they don't know me as Mick. You guys can call me Uncle Craig, too, if you want. It don't bother me. I've been an uncle for a long time. I think I first became an uncle when I was 12, but that's because I've got an older sister. Much older. At any rate, I'm going to continue messing around with this here Ace. And I got to tell you guys, if you want good locks from America, Pack Lock is the way to go. I would say Ace is next. Brinks and Master are kind of meh. Ace makes pretty hardcore quality stuff. I like the feedback better. I'm not going to really say much about the security of certain things. The picking security of this Ace is fantastic. I do know that. Would it be hard to cut through? Not much is, guys. Not much is. You got to get some shackled shutter locks if you want that kind of protection. But for just one that you need to pick your way through and learn some things about, the feedback on these are really, really good. I usually tell people to get a Brinks brass, and once they get into that, start working on one of these Aces. In the middle, I would tell you to pick a good Abus 4540 or 5540, I think is the other one that everybody likes. I've got a 4540. And I don't have too much problems with the 4540. It can be a little hard sometimes, but most of the time I can get that thing open. Oh, I guarantee that, Chuck Soup. GT Man's a wizard when you actually screw something up. He is a great repairman, man. Repairman, man. Some of you guys are old enough to remember Repairman, man. Nico, I'm sure you remember Repairman, man. Repairman, man. Open your mind. What was that sound? I think the oven's jumping. You ever heard a pizza jump in the oven, guys? They certainly do jump around in there sometimes. I don't know what it is. It sounds like a pizza jumping though. The pan is actually concave and then bumps up convex. I know that. I always joke about the food jumping. Man, this Ace can be a nightmare, guys. It really can. Let me hold it up a little bit more proper. Maybe I'll have a little better luck with it. GT Man, You remember Underdog? Well, don't we all, Chuck Soup? I hope so. Underdog was fantastic. Papa Mick knows. What was Underdog's girlfriend's name? Sweet Polly Purebred. Yeah, that's it. Sweet Polly Purebred. Underdog was a good cartoon, Chuck. I really liked that one. Underdog. Just not feeling this Ace good, guys. It's really hard to hold sometimes, too. I think the smallness of it makes it harder for me because I've got such big paws. The Ace I might actually be better at in a vise because of how small it is. My hand feels almost crampy when I hold it for a while because it's so tiny. Like a little locket. Like a little locket that you would put on a diary. They look so big in the zoomed in videos too, guys. I don't know why that is, but every time I see one of these on somebody's video, it looks massive because they've got it so close to the camera. And I'm always looking at it like, is that one that I don't have yet? And then they end up saying, oh, this is an Ace 38 millimeter. And I'm like, really? It is? Because mine looks about this big, guys. And I mean, I got big hands, but that's not a big lock, guys. I mean, where's the old classic master? This is a master lock number 3. This is an Ace 38 millimeter. It's smaller than a master 3, maybe the same size at best. It looks so much bigger on the camera. Oh, those are some of the best there, Chuck. I was talking about Rocky and Bullwinkle earlier. How many of the Harbor Freight locks have you picked, buddy? Which one would you recommend if you know it to be the hardest? You've opened the Bunker Hill and the Master Lock clones. Well, those are the only ones I have right now, Nico, is the ones that look like this that you're talking about. I've got a 3-pack of those that I just couldn't resist when I went in there to get my vise. I need to get one of those ones that the core will break on if you put the turner in it too tight, but they are really cool. It looks like a U.S. General or whatever those locks are called, the big bulky one. I haven't tried it yet. I need to get one of those. Oh, you've tried the U.S. General? Oh, you're talking about the disc lock U.S. General. I've got some disc locks. They're a pain in the ass, dude. That's why you don't see me pick them very often. I'll mess with one of those sometime soon. Walt Cade actually sent me like 4 or 5 of those things. He's a storage guy, man, so he's got a bunch of them. But yeah, the little disc puck locks that go on, not the pucks, but the actual. Here, let me just show one for people who don't know what we're talking about. Let me find one. This is what Nico's talking about, guys. This is a disc lock like you find on a storage unit. These are a pain in the ass, Nico. It's only like 3 or 4 pins with no security, but they're just so gritty and grimy. They feel horrible. I feel like I'm gonna break a pick in that thing. That's how trashy it is. Honestly, if I was actually trying to break into that, I would just cut it. That's the truth. I wouldn't even waste my time picking one of those if I was trying to enter a storage building. I'd bring some bolt cutters and make quick work of it. That's the truth. I don't even like picking those for fun. It's not fun. I have opened a handful of them. They're not super, super hard, but they're just a pain in the butt, man. Yeah, I've heard that, Chuck. I can see why. I think several of the ones that I have just need lubing up. They're they've actually been on storage units, so the pins in all of them are just clapped out, man. Like they've been outdoors and they've obviously been rained on and all kinds of stuff, so they just feel horrible. I need to just drop some 3-in-1 in all of them, and they'll go back to opening. That's the real truth of the matter. Every one of those disc locks I have need a little bit of 3-in-1 love. Need to lube them up a little bit. Yeah, Chuck. Why don't you let Nico know which rake you're usually like to rake those open with, my guy? That's a good question. I don't rake them very often. As I said, I feel like I'm gonna break a pick in them all the time because they're just so stuck. That's why I know I need to lube the ones that I have because they're just so stuck, man. Every time I go to pick one, I find the binder and I go to pry on it, and it just feels like my whole pick is gonna snap. And I don't mean with heavy tension or anything. Like normally I would say, oh, maybe you need to lighten tension. No, that's not the problem here, guys. This one, the spring just doesn't want to bounce. It is just rust, dust, and all kinds of musk. You were required to buy one of them from the company for your storage, but you got to keep the lock when you left the unit. Yeah, that makes sense. They do that because they don't want you breaking into whoever owns it next. That's the truth. They don't just gift it to you. They find it to be useless because Just like when a landlord kicks you out and they change the door lock, they basically want to make sure that it is re-secured. They don't trust you not to come back with the key. That's the real fact of the matter. Security. I think I just need a different depth on this one, guys. I'm not getting enough lift out of this numero tres. Let's move it on up to a number 4. See if that makes any difference for me. Also, I'm going to try a different turner on this bad boy. I didn't have these nice curved turners when I first started picking this ace. I was still struggle busting it with some other turners that I had. So let me, for ergonomic purposes, switch from all these flat bars I'm using and get one of my nice Sparrows curved turners out. Big fan of my curved Sparrows. We all know that. Big fan of Sparrows, period. Big love for them. Some people don't like that, apparently, guys. I get a lot of hate and a lot of BS from people about loving Sparrows. And I don't understand why. They make decent tools. And they're like, I've never tried to pass them off as the greatest tools known to man. They're really good ones. Are they my favorite ones I own? No. Are they the ones I use the most? In a lot of cases, yes. But what I'm really referring to isn't that they hate Sparrow's tools. Many people also hate the fact that Sparrows and I talk at all. I don't know if they're jealous or if they wish it was them or if they just have some complex about the whole situation for whatever reason they won't tell me. But I don't know, dude. It's just weird to me, guys. Very weird to me. I'm always happy for my friends when something good happens for them. I don't heckle them about things I know that they're excited about and crap on their dreams. I'm not a fan of doing that to people, and I don't like when it gets done to me. That's all I'm going to say about that. Like Forrest Gump says, that's all I've got to say about that. What I will also say is that if you're going to dump on me in public, apologize to me in public if you mean it. Don't apologize to me in private after you try to make me look like a fool in front of everybody. I don't like that shit, guys. You were bold enough to clown me in front of everybody. If you really value our friendship and want to be humble and apologize for being an a-hole, maybe you should be just as public about that. Or maybe we're just not meant to be friends. I don't know. I try to be a forgive and forget type of guy. So for right now, I'm going to do both. At least I'm going to forget. Yeah, Nico, I'm excited about that for you. And I've actually got a friend who's helping me acquire some of those covert tools as well. And because of the way I love my escort, I'm going to start leaving my escort in the lab soon when I get some of those tools. I don't know if I'm going to get a Riv pick, or maybe one fateful day I'll find somebody who wants to sell an FU pick, since they won't sell me one individually. But you should be excited, Nico. They're good quality things, man. Like I said, can you buy more expensive picks that are fancier? Yeah, for sure. Will they open the same locks? In a lot of cases, absolutely. That's kind of my thing about it. It's just like tools, Nico. You've been to Harbor Freight. You know what a Quinn tool is, and Harbor Freight brand stuff like Pittsburgh. Now, when it comes to certain tools, M1ck will buy a Snap-on. Snap-on's really expensive, guys. When it comes to other tools, M1ck's not buying a Snap-on. I don't need a $400 screwdriver, for example. I'm not saying that that's how much their screwdriver costs, but it's probably not far off. honestly speaking. If you bought a set of their screwdrivers, I guarantee you Snap-on has a $400 or $500 screwdriver set. Guarantee it. And there is not a screwdriver set on this earth M1ck would pay over about $20 for. Period. It's a screwdriver, man. What do I need? It better be at least an electric screwdriver for that kind of dough, is all I can tell you. And an electric screwdriver won't fit everywhere a regular one will. I'm not too lazy to turn a screwdriver. Now, if I'm turning screws all day, I'll use a drill with a drill bit for a screwdriver on it. But that's a whole nother, can of worms, guys. That drill can do 50 different things. I'll pay some money for that. Same deal with the drill, though. You can buy a M1ck one, or you can get you a Hercules from Harbor Freight. I'm not saying you should buy either. I'm just saying that there are options for your individual economic situation. If you're a hobby type guy and you might use your drill 2-3 times a month, you don't need a M1ck drill. If you're a spoiled guy who has lots of money and wants to use the best money can buy, more power to you. Get you that M1ck drill. I don't care. It's your money. What I do care about is when you talk down about my Hercules drill while you got your M1ck in your hand, but you don't know how to use it well enough to outdo what I'm doing with my cheap drill. That's a skill issue, guys. All the nicest tools in the world won't make you good at using them. That's the thing about that. Nice tools are for people who are good at using tools so they can be even better. Think about like a musical instrument, like a guitar. Does a kid who's just starting out need a $5,000 Les Paul? No. Does years later, when he's way better and he's starting to get noticed by producers and executives and maybe get paid, should he go ahead and get him a $5,000 Les Paul when he can afford to because it sounds better and it'll make a good recording? Sure. He should make them pay for it. He should get a sponsorship and let him put his name on it. Call it a signature series, whatever his name is, Les Paul. Get him for free for the rest of his life. That's what I'd want to do. That's what I would recommend you to do. But while we're all just paying for our own tools like mechanics do, because I've never had a garage just buy me a tool set. Not in my life. So yeah, as long as I'm the one having to buy the tools, guys, how often I need to replace them, what quality they are, and how much damage they cause me on a daily basis physically will vary. And that's why some things are worth spending money on, because they won't wear you out as much. And other things, the nicest one they make isn't going to do a better job in any way than a cheap one. And when it's something like that, like a hammer or a screwdriver, I would say a pair of pliers, but I can't go that far, guys, because M1ck is a German brand that makes pliers, and I'll pay for those, baby. Those come off the Snap-on truck or the M1ck section, and they are the finest pliers in the world. I use pliers a lot. I'm a mechanic. A good pair of pliers for me is something I will dole out cash for. I'll buy some nice pliers. But the money I save on all them screwdrivers and hammers, etc., is what I'm going to be spending on it. Take that home and put that one in the bank. That's how you buy nice tools. Save money on all the ones you don't need the fancy version of. And picks are no different, guys. Picks are no different. Every one of these picks that I have right now, one day, eventually, will wear out. One day it will break. It will fail. Some of them will do it sooner than others. Some of them won't. And some of them will do more delicate work than others. Some of them will have better feedback than others. All of them have a different job in my kit, or I wouldn't have them here. If they didn't work for one job or another, I'd get rid of them. Anyway, just rambling a little bit while I pick, guys. Let's see what you guys are up to. Elijah, what's up, Elijah? How is Tamara doing, Elijah? Actually, we're about to be on the same day in about 30 minutes, Elijah. Does tomorrow look good? Is it going to be a good day, Elijah? Let me know. you've already been living in tomorrow for a handful of hours. Let me know what the future is looking like. I'm glad you agree, Backstabber. You must be a wise person when it comes to the use of tools and money. Now, that's another point I'd like to make, guys. That's the reason race car drivers have sponsors, and mechanics that work for race car drivers have sponsors. Because when you're a professional and you're good at something, somebody else can pay for the bills on all those fancy things. Then you can go get all the really good stuff. When they give you a blank check and say, "What do you need, Mick?" I'm going to tell them, "Yeah, I need Snap-on. I need M1ck. I need the best that they have." Because they're buying them then, guys. And they don't care. They're going to write them off tax-wise anyway. It's not like I'm robbing them or something. If they cared, they wouldn't ask, right? So I'm going to tell them, "Yeah, get me the good stuff." But as long as it's coming out of my pocket, I still got to pay for food, rent, wheels, gas, insurance, dental bills, hospital bills if I get that, taxes on everything. How do I tell my wife that I needed a $400 or $500 screwdriver set, guys? She understands I'm a mechanic, but she also has been in hardware stores enough times to know that that's not a necessity. The future's looking good. All right. Thank you, Elijah. I'm happy to know that tomorrow's going to be a good day. Killer. Elijah, I'm messing around with an Ace 38 millimeter. Getting ready to sign out here in a little bit and eat my dinner. Mostly just logged on today to show the cool Lockmail that I got from my man, Wild Billiam. Wild Billiam sent me some pins to make my challenge lock stuff with a little bit better. He sent me some Schlage top and bottom. And he sent me some quick set top and bottom stuff. And he also got me a package of goodies from Unlocked. So now I've got my beautiful Unlocked patch. Shout out to DIY and Loose Shirt. My boys Loose Shirt and DIY. Thank you guys. I'm glad this exists. I'm glad and very proud to be a part of it. And thank you for the lovely patch that Wild Billiam had made to send to me, or that you guys had made and he had sent to me. And along with it did come a couple of DIY stickers. Thanks, DIY. DIY DM. And thanks to all the guys that Unlocked, the Brotherhood. Thanks, guys. Really enjoy most of our talks. And by most, I mean all. It just came out that way. When I'm hungry, I don't think right. And there's the smell of pizza in the air. I'm a Ninja Turtle at heart, guys. Me and Raph are ready for pizza time. You know what I'm saying? Me and Raph, we're tired of being locked ninjas. We want to go eat some pizza. We'll get to it in a moment. Keep all my 2025 pennies. They sell for significantly more. Really? Why is that, sir? You got a roll of them from your bank for 50 cents and sold them for $45 on eBay. Well, I'm not sure how you pulled that off, Nico, but congratulations. A sucker born every day is what they say. And whoever paid $45 for a roll of 2025 pennies, they must know something I don't. Yes, Elijah. Pizza. Pizza. This is just frozen pizza, Elijah. Nothing fancy. All the good pizzas are being made by restaurantes. Mwah. But I do love a good frozen pizza. I like all pizza, if I'm honest, guys. It's the toppings that I'm picky about, but I love all pizza. And I love all pizza products, whether it's a pizza roll, a pizza bagel, a stromboli, a calzone, a pizzone, a hot pocket. I'm with all of that, boys. All of it. Give me all the pizza. I like pepperoni. I like mushroom from time to time. I will eat beef. I will eat Canadian bacon. I also like a chicken pizza, like a buffalo chicken or barbecue bacon type pizza. Those are good. I don't care for ranch though, guys. M1ck never ate ranch in his life on purpose. Um, Also, don't really like sausage that much, or Italian sausage. And what else? Don't care for onions. Peppers are all right. I like a little jalapeno every once in a while. Pepperoni jalapeno. I got a Mexican friend that orders pepperoni with jalapeno. That's a pretty good pizza too. A little bit spicy for the gringos, but pretty good, guys. Pretty good. They're on to something there. And and that thing's way up in there. I can hear it rocking around back there. Hateful bastard. Get up there. But yeah, honestly, guys, we'll just get down on a good stuffed crust or a regular cheese pizza. Me and my wife also like to get the family breadsticks with cheese, the family cheese sticks from like a Pizza Hut with marinara. I love marinara, guys. I will dunk my hand in marinara and have to forget to not eat my fingers. Love me some marinara. Some margin argin. When I worked at a place in college that sold pizza, our pizza sauce and our marinara was actually the same thing. How much water you added was the only difference. Amazingly, they did not taste the same. They had a different consistency as well. The sauce was thinner, had a little more water. Consequently, it was a little sweeter. And the marinara was thicker. Started with less water, and then it still got uh, put on like a double boiler heater type thing. And after it had been in there for about an hour and really started steaming out some more of it and thickening up good, you could really see the tomato paste in there. That's when it was good marinara. But it was the same stuff, same tomato paste, tomato based stuff. That's how real Italian restaurantes do it, guys. Now, Pizza Hut comes in a big old bag, I think. Papa John's usually too. Just a big bag or a bucket. They pour a bunch of bags in a bucket. Then they whip them up and they use the big spoon to ladle it out of the bucket. I've worked at a lot of pizza places in my life when I wasn't working on cars, guys. Because I also was a wheelman at once in my life. And I was also a professional delivery driver when I wasn't wheelmanning. So I was always on the road, guys. I love cars. That's why I went into mechanics. That's why I like delivery driving. And why I went to a race car school for college, NASCAR Technical Institute, Mooresville, North Carolina. I graduated there in '06. Been working on cars ever since. This is what I do for fun. Because when you make a hobby like cars or motorcycles into a job, it's a job all of a sudden, and it's not as fun anymore. Other people tell you how to do it. Money's involved. Takes all the fun out of it. I didn't want to do that with locks, so I'm considering locksmithing to some degree, but I'm also afraid that if I do that, it will do the same thing. It will take a hobby that I really love and turn it into something I really don't. So I'm kind of protecting myself from that a little bit. I may, for the better of all people, just stay a mechanic who picks locks for fun. Also, I've had so much experience doing that I'm way better at it. If I must say so myself, I'm okay at picking locks. I'm a damn good mechanic. Labs, what's up? Glad you're back, brother. I'm getting ready to go here in a little bit because it's time to eat some pizza. I'm starving and I'm about to smash on that thing. But I'm sitting here playing with my Ace 38 millimeter brass. and BSing around, talking to everybody about pizza and life, love and happiness, and all the good things in lock sport, as we tend to do. Elijah tells me it's going to be a beautiful day today. In Australia, he's been way ahead of us on today. 30 more minutes, we will be on the same day. But yeah, Elijah tells me it's an awesome day over there. So hopefully it stays good by the time it gets here. Man, these little aces are tough sometimes, guys. All right, Nico, go kick it with the wife. I'm jealous yet again, sir. I'm coming back home to my wife very soon. And anytime you've got an opportunity to kick it with the wife, you should go do so. So definitely go do that. I got no hatred or difference of opinion with you there, brother. That is the family. As I told you at the beginning of this episode, family always first. FAF. So take care of your family. Not the same as FAFO. F around, find out. But yes, family always first. Some people like 3 Fs, family first forever. That works too. But just remember, guys, family is everything. It doesn't have to be blood. It's the people who are there for you when it counts, when you need them, when it matters. The people that are actually there. Not the people who pretend to be there and then disappear on you when shit gets hard and tough. That's not family. Family don't do that. It's my Vin Diesel monologue for the night, guys. Family. You're going to need family. We've always got room for family. Oh, family needs to get up against this Ace 38 millimeter and take it down. Lockpick Pros continue to hit me up here and there. Lockpick Pros, if you ever actually see this video, send Mick some pics. My buddy Runesmith was playing around with your Gen 1 picks. They looked kind of cool. I like that carbon fiber stuff you got going on. Maybe we can come to an arrangement and I'll pay you part of the price. But if you do help me get some of them, I will show them off and all that good stuff. As long as you let me tell everybody what I really think about them. Which I'm sure they're nice because my buddy Runesmith is a very trusted friend. And he likes your stuff good enough and has been using them lately on his channel. So they must be all right, or he would have trashed them, I would imagine. Anyway, I won't trash your picks, but I won't lie and say they're good if they're not. So anyway, I warn you ahead of time, not everybody cares what M1ck thinks about picks. So you've been warned.
So that's right, and I think this is so typical of Donald Trump, a man who has been raised.
Oh no, Nico, I don't mean that at all, sir. It's not a problem at all. A lot of people know that my wife is in Florida waiting on my return. It's not a big deal. We're good. You have not upset me or anything, brother. I talked to her earlier today. I'll be probably talking to her in a little bit when I get off of here. Everything's totally solid there, brother. No worries. I was just encouraging you to spend time with your wife. Me and my wife will be just fine, sir. Don't you worry. You'll see Miss Mick again. And she's been in the chat once here before. She dropped by one of these last shows and talked around a little bit with Chuck Soup, Mr. Happy. So if you ever see Ash in the chat, that's Miss M1ck, guys. So be nice to Ash if you see Ash in the chat, because if not, there will be hell to pay. But yeah, Nico, you're good. I didn't think you were trying to say anything like that. Don't worry. Oh, look. Yes. I dropped it because it's sprung, guys. That's an Ace 38 millimeter. That's a green belt pop. Mountain Mick's going to have to get dinner after that one, guys. But damn if I didn't finally get it. Celebrate good times, guys. Look at that ace 38. Boom. We finally got it, by God. Yay. Mountain Mick can still pick. Yay. Let me move the banners and stuff. I was beginning to wonder. I knew I was getting close there, though. Finally got it. So for everybody who thinks that the ace 38 millimeter is hard to pick, you are correct. It is a rough time, but it's not impossible. I told you I've opened it before. It's been almost a month and a half since the last time I opened this thing, guys. I haven't been picking it a lot recently, though, because obviously once I made green belt with this lock, it hung out with some of its brothers and sisters for a while, and I haven't touched it much since. If you do pick this lock and you're trying to show that you picked it, remember what you just saw happen in the video. It did almost shut back on me when I went to spin it because I almost lost my turner. When I popped it, it flew out. And when it flew out, it went back. It's still open, but unfortunately, it looks identical to the way it would open if I picked it with the key instead of with a pick. So if you're going to want to prove what you did, you're either going to need a video or you're going to need to be really careful to keep that turner in there and hold it turned while you take you a quick shot. There's a little pro tip from Mountain Mick for you, all right? But all you guys got to see the fine camera work of doing this one on video. So I'm happy because yet again, Mountain Mick has picked a higher caliber lock right here on live for all of you. And I think that's a really good thing for wrapping the show up with, guys. Not only is it dinner time, I was really trying to get that one done for you guys because I knew it was almost time. And I wasn't sure if I was that close till about 2 pins away. And I could feel it getting a little softer in the turn and kicking forward a little more. And that's when you know, guys, you can, when you're down to 1 or 2 pins, you can feel the lack of resistance a little bit more, especially on a sprung core one like this. It's a little bouncier. Your turner is trying to tell you you're close if you're paying attention to it. So stay at it. Try to keep lifting them last couple of spools up to shear because the bottom of them catch. That's the problem. And once you get that last one up out of the way, you'll be just as surprised as I am every single time because that's what good picking is, guys. Good picking is like good shooting. Okay? When you shoot a rifle or a pistol and you do it well, you're actually surprised when it goes off. You're supposed to slowly breathe out and slowly squeeze the trigger and just focus through your side eye until it goes off. You're not supposed to close your eye either. You're just supposed to line up with your side eye and leave both eyes open. I don't care how you shoot, but how you pick's important, guys. And what I'm trying to tell you is your turner is the same way. If you've got so much tension on it that you're cranking on it and expecting it to pop over when it breaks over, that's going to be too much tension for you to actually pick it right. But if you've just got that good light tension on it, the right amount, when it does finally break over, when you lift that last one out of the way, you'll be surprised because you won't know whether there's 2 left or 1 left. So when you knock that last one out of the way, you're always going to have that cool dopamine rush, wow, I did it feeling. That's why lock pickers love lock picking, because of that rush we get, guys. I still feel fantastic and my heart's pumping and all of that good stuff from getting this thing to open. Seriously, it is a love all unto itself of hobby life. And when you work, I think I've been picking on this lock for maybe 20, 25 minutes or so. It takes that long sometimes, guys. Everybody can't just jump in here and lock picking lawyer one open in 2 seconds like a master lock. I'm not that good. I can't just open this lock. If I shut it again right now, I couldn't even guarantee you I'd open it again in the next hour. But I'd try. And you have to stay on top of it and stay at it if you're going to get those opens, guys. That's the point of practicing, and that's the point of not giving up. So, especially if you feel your turner telling you, hey, you're almost there, by getting a little extra springy there at the end, because they will. Stay at it. Try to get one or two more lifts and make sure, especially on a spool lock, you're going to be able to lift a couple more of them. And when you feel it ready to give, you're going to know you're close. And you're still going to get that surprise when it breaks over. I always do. And it delights me. It really does. I thought I was going to have to give it up, but I decided that last time I re-grabbed my hand around it that I wasn't going to let go just yet. And I was going to try and wrap this up, talk to you guys, and either hang it up or give up and go eat my dinner, or make it happen. And it worked out for me. It's just timing, guys. Sometimes a little bit of luck, sometimes a little bit of patience. But if you stay at it, and your skills continue to improve the more you stay at it, guys. That's why I'm getting more opens on these green belts lately, guys. It's not because they're just suddenly deciding to open. It's because after all the time that I spent in the last month and a half working on a really hard lock and finally getting it open, the more I've worked on the ones just under it. That's why you always have one just out of reach, guys. Because while I was picking all these green belts, I didn't learn as much and have these many opens. When I started getting them open and moved on to blue belt, I started picking my 2-pack locks, and I got really discouraged because I couldn't get those open. So I stayed at it on those, but in between picking my attempts on those, I would pick my green ones again that I only had 1 or 2 opens on. Well, I started to notice recently, as you will notice from my live feed, that in the last 12 days, I'm going to say, a little less than 2 weeks, this is now the 5th lock of green belt that I've popped on live that I have not popped either ever or within at least 2 or 3 months. So I'm now regularly popping green belts on live currently. And I did get my 200K blue belt pop on a live, which was really cool. I didn't expect that to happen. I was doing it off camera here, but still on camera every time I picked it for literally about 2 weeks, guys. So the magical fact that we got that one on live was just numbers lining up right, honestly. But I was really stoked about it. And I'm really stoked about this one. Every time we get one of these better opens, guys, it makes me really happy, because the ones of you that hang in there with M1ck and hang out till the last part of the show where I'm picking a hard lock, and you're either going to see me fail or you're going to see me succeed. I'm glad to finally be getting some actual successes for you guys. It makes me feel good for the whole show, not just for myself, because people invest their time in watching me pick these locks. I don't want you guys to watch me pick on a lock like this for 30 minutes and then I never get it open. It's going to happen. But I can't have this beautiful moment we just had without that. So it's a risk and reward thing, guys. That's all I'm trying to say. So if you're just starting out and picking on your channel and you're not comfortable picking on stuff that you don't know for sure if you can open yet, that's okay. I didn't just start doing this stuff like that myself. For a long time, I just made shorts and picked my way through 5 or 10 of the same locks and got better and faster at picking those. And off camera, I was practicing my harder stuff. And as time went on, I began to feel like I can't spend the rest of my career just picking the same 10 locks for you guys, because that would be boring for me and you. So if I'm to continue entertaining people, I need to make bigger opens, which means I need to get better and continue trying harder things in front of you, not just away from you. So here we are, M1ck, another green. Very soon, as I said, M1ck will be picking some all new stuff, guys. I'm going to be trying to pick a couple of these really hard Yales in the vise that Brett asked about earlier that I was showing off. These are really hard Euro keyway locks, guys. I'm going to be trying to pick that kind of stuff soon. There will be some failing, some hard failing for a little while. And I'm also going to try getting into the dimples, guys. I've got a couple of dimples. I think I showed one of them earlier, laying under all these locks here too. But yeah, here we go. I have the black flag set from Sparrows. Georgia Jim sent it to me. I haven't tried it out yet because I was waiting until I made my way to blue belt to start dimples. And now I'm a blue belt, guys. So if you've been looking forward to seeing Mountain Mick pick dimple locks, this dimple lock will be the first one we try. It is one that Mr. Happy sent me. I don't think it's going to be super, super hard, but that's kind of the point. He knew I was going to be going into this with no previous attempts. So much like an acrylic lock or a master number 3, this is meant to be my master number 3 dimple, guys. Afterward, I do have a bike lock. It's not a kryptonite. People keep asking me if it's a kryptonite. I'll get one of those kryptonites from Walmart when I start getting a little better. And I will start getting also, when I get a little better, a canard, which is a blue belt, and a DeGard, which is a purple belt. My friend Wild Billiam, who sent me the mail tonight, was the one to introduce me to some of these. And my friend Jaded Argyle actually also was talking to me about these. Argyle's a really good friend of mine. Some of you know him as Aaron. But anyway, he's the one who sent me the pack lock that I picked, guys. So you've probably heard me mention him a handful of times if you follow me that closely. If you don't, that's fine too. It doesn't hurt my feelings. But I'm glad you're here now. Mustang, glad that you're back. What you missed was me popping this Ace 38 millimeter green belt. Still popping greens on channel, brother. Now Mick got it. But what you're also unfortunately here to see is just in time. Oh, yeah, sorry. Mountain Mick's dinner is sitting here getting cold. He finally got his Ace 38 millimeter open after about 25 to 30 minutes probably of picking on it while talking to you guys. I continue to tell people that using a camera does make it a little harder. Talking while you pick, for some people, is harder. It doesn't bother me, the talking to you guys part. I do it by feel anyway, so I'm not using that part of my brain. I don't know any other way to tell you, but it literally does not distract me to talk to you or to watch the chat while I'm picking. Now, I used to play guitar and sing at the same time. I'm not good at multitasking most of the time, guys, so it's really amazing to me that there are certain things like that I can do. Most of them involve using my mouth and my hands at the same time, so try to keep that in mind. I'm not a great multitasker, but when it comes to picking and talking, I can do that. So I try to entertain while I'm picking. Other people have different styles, and that's okay. If you want to just say, I'm going to try to pick this lock and not speak the whole time, maybe put on some chill music in the back that won't get flagged, do that, man. If that makes you more comfortable, do that. It's your show. You think the show is going to be cooler if you talk and don't open a lock, or cooler if you're silent and then do open a lock? I'm going to go with silent but get the lock open. So that's just me, guys. If that's what you're into or that's the way you need to do it, by all means, do it that way, guys. Do what makes you comfortable. Whatever's the most conducive to you opening a lock. If you need super loud heavy metal jams while you do it, put in some earbuds. My boy Broke Picks was just talking with me about this the other night. He likes jams going while he's picking. He's been picking for a while, guys, so he doesn't really need to listen. So yeah, if that's you, then do that. Get you some earbuds and crank up some heavy, Sabbath or newer stuff, Pantera, Sevenfold, whatever you're into, man. Rock out with your lockout. Shout out to my boy Rock Out. But yeah, guys, just do whatever is going to help you the most to open the locks. That's my advice to you. If you're a raker, be a raker. If you're a picker, a single pin picker, be a single pin picker. If you like the hybrid pick, do both, all three. If you like to stand on your head while you pick and listen to Enya or Bryan Adams, whatever works for you, man, just get it open. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't get it open, that's okay too. People will live, you know. Don't put so much pressure on yourself, is what I'm trying to say. The pressure is what's getting to you. It's not the camera, it's not the people, it's not the talking. It's the pressure you're putting on yourself related to those things. So if those things make you feel pressured, then subtract them from the equation, you know. Or practice doing it, you know, in your free time in a way that simulates that so that you are prepared for it. The more practice that you have, the less you'll be distracted by all these things anyway, guys. Ask anybody who does anything for a long time in their life. You need focus more when you first start to learn, but when you've been doing something forever and it's muscle memory, you can talk to your mom on the phone while you're doing it, juggle coconuts behind your back while you're doing it. I mean, there's countless examples I could give you, but you get the idea. Just get comfortable, get yourself a good structure laid out, and the rest will happen, dude. And don't feel rushed. That's the number one thing about picking locks, man. Don't feel rushed. When you rush, it's just like in real life. When you hurry and you worry, nothing good comes of that. Hurrying and worrying never helped anybody, not one time. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't feel some sense of urgency in certain situations in life, but I hope that if you're picking a lock for your friends, hanging around in a hobby space, that you don't feel urgency or anxiety like that. You shouldn't. You should be laid back. You should be chill and enjoy it. Accept that failure is going to happen. BS around with your buddies and just try to get the lock open. And that way, when it happens, you can celebrate. And when it doesn't happen, you can just say, "Yeah, I told you guys this was going to happen." And shrug your shoulders. We all do it both ways. It's just bound to happen, guys. Not everybody opens the lock all the time. And if they do, it's because they're not showing you the truth. Or there's some kind of lock god ninja. I mean, it's got to be one or the other. There's either a lot of editing or a lot of practice. It's got to be one or the other. Anyway, guys. Jesus. I almost set myself on fire with that one, guys. Anyway. Oh, we got cheese grits in the house. Cheese grits, I'm basically done here, sir. I appreciate you dropping by, but even the thought of cheese grits right now is making me need to leave. I've got some pizza waiting on me to jam out on here in a second. Exactly, earbuds, because YouTube is going to hunt you down if you let some music play in the background. And Cheese Grits is right about that, guys. I had this much of a M1ck song on a commercial on my dad's TV play in one of my first lives, and I had to go back and delete the audio from like 20 seconds of my feed just to make it acceptable by their standards again, because I was violating free use copyright laws of using the music. And I'm thinking to myself, I didn't want that crap there anyway. By all means, remove it. It was a M1ck song, dude. And I'm not trying to smash M1ck. I'm just saying, guys, it wasn't even one of the songs of hers that I would purposely put on. My girl's into that stuff. I don't mind some M1ck music. I'm just saying, that's not what I usually put on when I'm here at picking my locks. I told you guys when I was listing Sabbath and the Doors and Hendrix and stuff like that, got a little bit more M1ck. You know, give me some Zeppelin. Anyway, guys, I'll take some OG West Coast gangster rap too, by the way. Throw me on some Tupac, any of that stuff, guys. Give me some Wu-Tang. I don't care. It doesn't even have to be West Coast. I saw somebody with a "Life is Temporary, but Wu-Tang is Forever" sticker earlier today. What was the other one, Dad? What was the other sticker that car had on it? The one that had the Wu-Tang sticker. What was the other sticker? Do you remember? I can't remember right now. It was another music one, though. Oh, it said the Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys fought hard and possibly died for your right to party. So me and my dad were cracking up because we saw a bumper sticker that said that earlier today. The Beastie Boys fought hard and possibly died for your right to party. So remember that, guys. You got to fight for your right to party sometimes. That's okay. Oh yeah, I'm with you there, Western Massacre. I don't know about her music, but I definitely would knock that out myself, brother. I'm not allowed to say too much about that. Wifey always watching, but yeah, I think she might let me get a hall pass on that one. Exactly. That's why I don't care about failing on the camera either, Grits, because I get sweet opens every once in a while too. I've had 5 green belts and 1 pack lock in the last 12 days. I had a lot of failure time before that, and I will have more. But how sweet was it for anybody who was here for those 6 locks? In the last 12 days, I've opened 6 new locks on my lives, all green belt or blue belt. That means that I'm not just quote end quote sitting here picking master locks, which I do because it's good warm up and because master locks are everywhere. I live in America. What do you want me to? I can't run out and buy 50,000 pack locks and 50,000 abases. And it gets even worse when you start getting past blue belts, guys. That's the truth. If you want to have an expensive hobby addiction, get up to blue belt and purple belt. Start buying locks that go in those. You're going to start spending 40 and 50 and sometimes $100 for one lock. And think about that. If you pay $100 for a lock, do you really want to open it within the first 5 minutes? Do you? Because I like to get some enjoyment out of my money. Just like when you pay a stripper a bunch of money or something. You wouldn't pay a stripper 5 grand for a lap dance. If you paid her that kind of money, use your imagination. Locks are the same way. If I go pay for a brand new $40 or $50 lock, I hope it's hard. I hope I don't open it for a couple weeks because I want my money's worth out of it. And that's how I get my money's worth out of those hard locks, guys. Learning to pick them. Anyway, I think it's been a pretty solid show. I wasn't interrupted by too much BS. I enjoyed myself and had a good time. I hope that all of you did. All of you who are here still and all of you who were here earlier, thank you for coming. M1ck loves all of you, as it says right here. I will see you in my next stream, Love Mick. I'm the one who typed that because it's true. I love you guys. Anyway, I'm just getting some of my toys put away here and getting ready to kill the stream here in a minute. I like to give all of my chat buddies a minute to say bye to each other, and if there's anybody else getting ready to hop on a live stream, wink wink, let me know now and I will put your link up in the chat so everybody who's clever and wants to follow over can do that. And that's pretty much it, guys. M1ck has got some dinner to eat. He managed to get his Ace 38mm popped on live tonight. That was a nice feeling. And I got to talk to you guys about a lot of cool stuff, a lot of lock stuff, a lot of non-lock stuff. That's the nature of M1ck's show. We talk about locks. We talk about lots of non-lock stuff. It's a lot more fun that way. And it's more applicable to some people who aren't. Are you really, Grits? Well, cool. You've got the blue wrench of destiny, sir. If you want to drop your link in there. I don't know how many people are still hanging out in here, but you're welcome to get every single one of them to jump over there, sir. And I'll just be sitting here smoking bud and eating my pizza. So I will personally be there myself to come kick it with you, my guy. So even if it's just me and you, we'll have a good time. But I got a feeling you'll have plenty of people over there, Grits. And you can probably tell people in the dog pack, but please don't add everybody because surely to God somebody will cry about it and then tell you they didn't mean you, and it'll just be one of those things, guys. Mountain Mick did not even announce this show because I got 4 platforms I can tell you guys I'm about to go live on. And guess what? A bunch of people still show up anyway, even if I tell nobody. So I've determined that it doesn't even matter if I announce these things. I like to when it's a big show and I'm about to show off something that we've worked all month on or something like that. Yes, Swamp Picker, exactly. Take it easy. Thank you, Swamp, for hanging out. I'm glad you were here also, sir. I'm sorry I haven't had quite as much time to chat with you in the last day or so. I've had a lot of BS going on in the M1ck outside of my channel, but still on the internet life. Got a lot of current drama that I'd rather not even think about, which is why I came here to have fun with you guys, and why afterwards I will be hanging out in my boy Western Massacre Lock Sports Live, where he's about to be on here in a moment. We can all have a good time and see what Cheese Grits NyQuil is picking on, playing around with, what's good with him, what's going on in his life, and we can support him with all the lock sport love he deserves. Grits, I don't know if you saw, but this is what this episode was actually about, sir. I got a little Lockmail from Wild Billiam. Wild Billiam was cool enough to send me a package of unlocked goodies from the brothers. And he also was cool enough to send me a bunch of Schlage and Quickset pins, key pins and top pins to grind down into my own fun little future challenge lock pins. Appreciate that, Billiam. I'll make sure you get a cool lock out of that too, Billiam. Don't worry. When I get to making these things very soon, I will be very sure to make you something cool to get back out there to you for being such an awesome friend, because you always have been, and I don't see that ever changing. Thanks for sticking by M1ck and being such an awesome dude. And for anybody who missed it, it came with this really cool Dungeons and Dragons postcard. This is the cover of the 1987 original manual to the game, guys. I think that's really badass. I'm not into D&D yet, but my boy Labs and my boy Wild Billiam both play, and they tell me that there is a pretty active community of people who meet like this the same way we do for locks, but to play D&D. So now that Labs has sent me some really cool lime green dice to match all my goodies, and now that I'm old enough to have a little time here and there to learn about how to play, and my wife's probably into it too once I get her going on it, guys. I'll be honest with you. She loves stuff like that too. She's a really cool lady. So some of you guys will get to know her as well when we get to that. But anyway, Grits, did you want to drop a link in the channel before we roll out of here? Oh, you're already going. Cool. Well, Grits is already live, guys, so I'm going to get out of here and get over to his stream. It's Western Massacre Lock Sport for anybody interested. And give me a second. I'll actually see if I can throw you guys a link in the chat really quick. Just give me a second here. Let's see if I can get a Cheese Grits in here for you guys. Anybody who's actually left, or anybody who pops in here at the end and wants to get a link to it, copy the link, come back to my chat. Here you go, guys. I am dropping in the chat a link. That is the link to my boy Grits Live. So click it on your way out and you will find yourself in the next live of one of my homies. I will be hanging there in the chat while I eat my pizza and enjoy the rest of my night. Thank everybody for coming. M1ck loves you guys. Thanks for hanging out long enough for me to get that Ace 38 millimeter picked. And M1ck will be back live very soon, as you guys already know. So I'm going to go watch Grits and eat some pizza. You guys have a great night. M1ck is going to hit the red button. And have a great night, guys. Happy picking.